step into the day with the dawn ringing in my ears. Oh, I tune into my TV show. No better way, I gotta get myself into gear. Let's go. Oh, and I feel good today with my wake up in the morning espresso. I feel good today. It's my feel good breakfast show.
Good morning. It is officially Friday. We are here, ladies and gents. It's the weekend. Hello to Saturday and Sunday, because can it already be here? We need to just skip past a couple hours that we...
It's okay. It's all right. You've made it official. You've done it. You're the first voice in the morning, and you've done it officially. It is officially the weekend, and we are here for that. Thank you so much for joining us. What an honor. We absolutely love getting to spend our time with you. Why? Because we are the Feel Good Breakfast Show. We want to spread that all across the land, and we've got a couple of weapons to get that done this morning. So we've got all the action from the small screen to the big screen this morning, and of course we're going to start with the Olympics.
You have to. How could you not?
I'm actually starting to stress out because I can't watch everything at the same time.
I need extra eyes around my head to just, catch everything.
I need one of those like sci-fi things where I can just move screens around. But don't worry, we've got a Lorenzo, which is just as good. He's going to take us inside all of the South African moments, especially.
Absolutely. We also have an eliminated individual from Crown Chasers as well as MasterChef on the small screen. So we're ticking all the boxes just to find out how their journey has been going so far. And then we move on to the big screen because Mr. JP is back here again, and he's chatting about new movies released today. So your weekend plans are pretty much set up. We're talking about the bike riders. We're also talking about Trap. I mean, Awesome Butler. I'm already there, front row seat. You have to say nothing less.
Oh, you don't understand. I'm a bit of like a Josh Hartnett groupie, okay?
You mentioned this
I
before.
love this kid. I say kid, he's probably like the same age as me, but I love this guy. Anything that features this man, I'm here for that. So we've got you sorted in terms of the big screen, we've got you sorted in terms of the small screen, but what about in between when you need something to eat and your weekend lunch and dinner plans are sorted? Get this, okay? We're going to whip up Vors rolls. Drops mic, leaves room. We've got creamy mushroom sauce to go with those Vors rolls to liven it up. And then we've got a beautiful churro ice cream sandwich. Ooh. Look at that.
You've got to end with something sweet.
Oh, and then some, like 5 things sweet rolled into one thing sweet. I'm here for that.
Delicious. Well, speaking about sweet, we got to check in with what's happening in Jersey. Happy Friday, Zanele!
Happy Friday, my beautiful family. You guys are the sweetest of Zanzi. I mean, it's not just the sweet things that were described that are going to be delicious. It sounds like we're about to have the best time ever. We made it to the weekend, and this is where we get to make sure you go into it on the perfect note. So City Sanbonani, we're coming to you live from the Samsung showroom at Design Quarter in Johannesburg, and we're about to make your morning. But you know we always want to hear from you on the social media streets, right? So let's do that. Today's Good Morning Post is all about being South African, my love. We want to know, if we were to put together a South African anthem playlist, what song would just have to be on it? Of course, you know, hashtag Expresso Show, but we also want to hear that lovely voice, 063-408-8863, because bonus points if you sing the song. So I'm going to give you mine just to get the ball rolling, and I think you already know. Come on. Don't even have to say it. It's the national anthem. Hibiri. In the meantime, Sister Bettina, that's definitely number 1 on the playlist. But what comes on it as well, you got to let us know on social media, hashtag Expresso Show. But now, we need to take care of business. In the meantime, Carissa is standing by with the news headlines.
Yes, in the meantime, let's get into your news for the top of this hour, 3 minutes after 6, and we get started with some national news where the Minister of Forestry, Fisheries and the Environment, Dr. Dion George, yesterday announced that South Africa has recorded a significant downward trend in rhino poaching in the last 2 months, with national losses reported at 21 and 22 respectively. In May and June last year, 42 and 34 were recorded respectively. This reduced loss is thought to be attributable to the dehorning of rhino populations in KwaZulu-Natal, and specifically in the Hluhluwe-Mfolozi Park, where over 1,000 rhinos have been dehorned since April. The bail application for 5 accused in a drug trafficking and manufacturing case has been postponed to next week at the Groblersdal Magistrates Court in Limpopo. The accused, including 3 Mexicans and 2 South Africans, were arrested by the Hawks 2 weeks ago after raiding a drug lab on a farm outside the town. The Hawks reported it was at the largest drug manufacturing lab ever raided in South Africa. The lab produced methamphetamine valued at 2 billion rand, where it was smuggled abroad. Now we move on to some international news, where police yesterday used tear gas to disperse protesters in Abuja, Nigeria, where thousands rallied against rising living costs and government issues. Protests also occurred in Lagos and other cities. The demonstrations were triggered by economic reforms that have led to runaway inflation and increased hardship for Nigerians. Nigeria, Africa's most populous country, is struggling with high inflation and a sharply devalued naira following President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's decision to end a costly fuel subsidy and liberalize the currency in an effort to boost the economy. Fires in Brazil's Amazon rainforest surged to a record high for July, the highest in nearly 2 decades, according to government data. This increase is linked to a drought exacerbated by climate change. Satellites recorded over 11,000 fire hotspots, the most for July since 2005. Now, these fires, which do not occur naturally in the humid rainforests, are often set by people, including farmers clearing land for soy cultivation or cattle ranching. Now, the Amazon, the world's largest rainforest, is crucial for absorbing greenhouse gases and combating global warming. Now, for this hour, we close off with this feel-good story reminding us how smart octopuses are. Now, Ursula, the friendly octopus at the Shark Lab Aquarium in Mossel Bay, is winning hearts, unlike her namesake from Disney's The Little Mermaid, a villainous sea witch. Rescued 3 years ago with 2 broken tentacles, Ursula has become a star attraction. Jacqueline van Zyl from the Shark Lab shares that Ursula loves interacting with visitors and can even play fetch. She enjoys playing with the ball and hoop, as well as dismantling and reassembling her little boat. Now, the toy men in the boat had to be removed because she throws them at people. However, she loves waving at visitors. Ursula's charming antics continue to delight and amaze her growing fan base. Isn't that so sweet? That's where we close off your news for this hour. Let's check in with your sports. Here's Graham.
And it seems no need to even give her a hand. Absolutely lovely. That sets the tone for all the achievements in the Olympics. So let's let that dominate our sports headlines this morning. Let's start in the water, where Kate Douglas of the United States clinched the women's 200-meter breaststroke gold, defeating our own Tatiana Smith by the finest of margins. So Douglas finished with a time of 2 minutes 19.24, showcasing some impressive turns and a lot of mettle in that final straight. And Smith, the Olympics, where Andy Murray's illustrious career has now also ended at the Paris Olympics, as he and Dan Evans lost in the men's doubles quarterfinals. So the former world number 1 and 3-time Grand Slam champion was defeated by Americans Taylor Fritz and Tommy Paul, who won 6-2, 6-4 on court Suzanne Lenglen. And then Murray had previously announced the Olympics would be his final event, and this retirement marks the end of yet another chapter in tennis's, let's call it, golden generation, joining 20-time Grand Slam winner Roger Federer, who retired in 2022. Now, staying at the Olympics, Novak Djokovic has advanced to the 4th round of the Olympics and his semi-final now as a result, despite a knee injury, scare at least, in a second set deficit. So the Serbian top seed, he defeated Stefanos Tsitsipas 6-3, 7-6. It was 7-3 on the tiebreak after needing on-court treatment for his right knee. Djokovic, who fell behind Love 4 and then 2-5 in that second set, saved 3 set points and then dominated the tiebreak. The 24-time Grand Slam winner, still seeking his first ever Olympic gold, will now face Italy's Lorenzo Musetti in that semi-final. Now, staying in France, where Simone Biles recaptured the Olympic all-round crown, defeating Brazil's Rebecca Andrade for her 6th Olympic gold and 2nd in Paris. Biles, who withdrew from multiple events in Tokyo due to the twisties, also won team gold with the US as well earlier this week. Really is on fire, with some celebs in the crowd as well. Biles, who's only 27 still, is the first gymnast to reclaim the individual title since winning it at the 2016 Rio Games. And I think there was a bit of magic around this incredible athlete going into the Games. So good to see her deliver. Fear not if, like me, you are suffering from anxiety of not knowing what and who and how. We'll get into the Olympics with Lorenzo in just a moment. He'll bring us all of those amazing highlights. But right now, let's see on the foot of the weekend if the weather is going to play its part.
Thank you so much, Gray. Well, looking at your first weather for this morning, the South African Weather Service has issued a single warning for today, a yellow level 1 alert for damaging winds in the northwestern parts of KwaZulu-Natal. Residents should prepare for potential localized damage to both formal and informal settlements. High-sided vehicles are particularly at risk on susceptible routes due to strong crosswinds, which could also pose challenges on elevated roads and bridges. Now, motorists and residents are advised to exercise caution and stay updated on weather conditions. The service emphasizes the importance of preparedness to minimize disruption and ensure safety during these high wind conditions. This is your official first reminder to share your sunrise views with us throughout the show today. But for now, we have to dip into our sunrise view of the week. And this one was sent by Alex from Harrismith. And it is absolutely beautiful. It's no guessing as to why this made it #1 on our list. Thank you so much for this beautiful, beautiful morning view, Alex. And of course, if you think you could beat that, you can go ahead and share your morning views with us on 063-408-8863. For now, though, let's have a first look at your temperatures for today.
I'm not ready. I'll let you inside our job here for a second because we're always waiting for things to happen. So I was waiting for a news update and I was like, is this the thing? Tatiana Smith is retiring and I don't know if I'm ready for that because she's so amazing. She's achieved things in the water that no other athlete from South Africa ever has. We are going to miss her so much, but we want the latest. And Lorenzo Darius is going to bring us all of the latest from the water and everywhere else in Paris. A couple of major highlights and a lot of South African connections. Which we love.
Well, speaking about athletes, we definitely need to bring our athletes together for the EOG. It is, of course, the Olympic Games held in our Expresso studios. And we're going to go for bowling round 2. Can I tell you, Gray? I won the first round.
Really?
Yeah. So the pressure's on, but I think I got this.
What? Were you trying to threaten me with that? That felt a little ominous, the way you did that. You're such a sweet person. I don't know how to deal with this. I don't know how to deal with it. We'll find out after the break. Like bowling.
And I was just absolutely blown away. Who is this kid and where did he come from?
Biggest moment of his career.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back as we continue to go a little gaga over the Olympics, and why not? Day 7 of the Olympics is set to take place today, and we look back at some of the amazing medals from week 1. I can't believe it's only been 1 week, but I love the fact. And of course, we need to look at the medal standings, and Lorenzo Darius, our Expresso sports producer, is here to chat all things Olympics. It hit me hard this morning.
Yeah.
Obviously, when your news update came in
Yes,
fairly
you
late,
got it.
as it would have to do, seeing that little amendment.
Yes.
Just that little change.
We'll
that
get to
Tanya
that, though,
Smith. Oh, man. So
Yeah.
there was a lot of emotion attached to this one. But let's take us through some of the major highlights. What has stood out for you? Because this has been a phenomenal Olympics already.
Yeah. America not being #1 team at the moment.
Are you happy about this?
There's this thing, they've also reached their 3,000th medal. The only team to have ever done that. I think the closest is about half.
Sure, by some margin, and that's across the field as well. I know a lot in the water and a lot in the track, but they've dominated the water, and they've showed their mettle, man.
300 million, over 300 million people, a collegiate system that is second to none.
It's better than most professional leagues in the world. Yeah, for sure.
Better than some of ours sometimes. So.
I love that. What has stood out for you? Take us through some of the moments.
Stephen, the pommel horse expert. That has been phenomenal this week. Look at that man. There was a timer just waiting for him. He is an expert when it comes to the pommel horse. For 2 hours, he was just sitting there.
Just in the
Everyone
zone.
was like, who is this guy? Why is there a sleeper agent at the Olympics? Is he an accountant? Is he an athlete? What is
Everyone
going on?
is convinced that John Wick is at this Olympics.
Yeah, 2008 Beijing. And like I said, there are about 5 or 6 athletes that get drawn into this, and majority of them are overall athletes. So they're able to do the horizontal bars and all
full
the other
spread of disciplines. Yeah.
They brought him in as a 20-year-old. He's an engineering student. He's cross-eyed as well. And when he takes off his glasses, he can switch his dominant eye, which I've never heard of before.
Crazy. Maybe
Only in America.
Maybe it's a superpower, man. Yeah.
So I wish I had that with mine as well. But looking at it, funny with that one, he came in and that's all he had to do. So for 2 hours, he was just sitting there. There's this thing with the accountant. We've seen the movie.
Yeah.
During the day, it's this guy just walking around, just doing the numbers. And at night, he switches.
Kudos to you, Stephen. Absolutely amazing. All right, are we ready?
Yes, we are ready. Are you going to
handle
cry?
the emotional? I might, dude. I might, because it feels.
Not Spurs.
Well, listen, don't even say that, and I will start crying. I feel like I just only announced Tatjana's first ever big medal. It feels like she's done such a remarkable amount in a short amount of time because she's still young. The silver medal, though, I think so much expectation because we know what she can produce. Douglas was phenomenal in that swim. It wasn't like Tatjana went out and lost it. It had to be taken from her. What do you make of that silver medal? Because I don't think she could have given more.
Yeah, most decorated for South Africa. We've surpassed our medal tally, but absolutely amazing. She is now, like I said, the golden girl of South African swimming, South African sports. Penny Haynes was sitting in disbelief because she's the only one to have done the double.
Yeah,
right.
For sure.
And she came out saying that every year, every Olympics, she thinks someone is going to do it,
and going to be that person.
No one can.
Well, what I loved is when we saw it in a couple of the men's events as well, like the backstroke. No finalists from the previous Olympics. It's a new era. That being said, maybe a new dispensation when it comes to where the medals are going. So let's talk through the medals and see where the tally is at. China.
There you go.
Talk about a sign of the times.
Yeah, People's Republic, and now United States finally getting gold and moving closely. They were struggling a bit there. Nice to see the host nation France as well. Australia not
frustratingly enough are always in the mix
always there. Great Britain and Japan as well. Japan getting a lot when it comes to gymnastics, and then Great Britain with some of the athletics and long distance running and the triathlon and all of those things and mountain biking. So
Korea, the shooting, archery, they really have put their hand up.
The archery has been giving main character energy throughout it, and yeah, we're going to touch on that. There's still a little bit more that's coming. I feel like we've just hit the tip of the iceberg when it comes to the Olympics this week.
18th place for South Africa. We've got to be feeling pretty good at this stage.
Yes, definitely. Yeah? Top 20 again, yes. We're going to be up and down, but athletics is about to get underway in the next few days. We've got Chad Leclos that still needs to get into the pool. Come on, boy. We've got a few medals still in the pocket. I'm hoping that we see a little bit more this weekend.
I've no doubt we will. And don't worry, you can be a little bit anxious about missing all the sport because there is a lot going on. But worry not, because you can catch it all on SABC Sports. So we'll keep those details up on our social. But the SABC TV channels have got you covered. And I love the fact that the Olympics is free to air. And it's also happening right here in our studio.
It is happening indeed. I've got two balls because we are playing our own version of the Olympics, the EOG, the Expresso Olympic Games. And we're back to bowling. And before we get the games going, let's of course have a look at the leaderboard. Just see my name somewhere there, please. Because it's number 1, Carissa 1, Lorenzo 2, Ewan number 3. Now let's see if Graham could put his name on the board. Hopefully he won't beat me because I feel pretty chuffed.
Hey, I got young kids, eh? I got one of these at home. All I'm saying.
Well, this is the rules, Graham. Have a listen to this. Each participant has 2 chances to bowl over as many pins, ranging from 1, of course, to 10 points. But then the top scorer earns 10 points. Second place gets 5, and third place gets 3. So I think all that's left to say is let the games begin.
Let's do it.
I'm gonna let you go first.
Right. Again, you scare me. I haven't seen this fire in the eyes before. Where do I have to bowl from? Where is
I
the
would
line?
say somewhere here.
Okay. I don't want to
But I
have
also
any
have to advantage.
kind of rule quibbles coming back later. All right. It's not going to be a countdown or
fetch
anything
the
like
ball?
that. Oh, you've got to hold the ball. properly.
Graham!
I told you. I have young children, and I am incredibly immature when those two things combine.
I don't even want to clap.
I'm sorry. Oh, I'm just crying again. Now we've gone from the dark side.
Give me the box.
Oh, come on. Okay. Are you going to have another go, or is that it? Do I just dominate and win the whole thing?
I think you won, but I'm going to go as well to see if I can also get somewhere up there. I think you just got 10 points.
What is your key to bowling?
Well, I can't hold in the holes because I've got nails, so I'm just going to like overhand throw it in.
Maybe that was my secret weapon.
That you have no nails?
Yeah, exactly. Right.
Okay,
I have
so it was
faith.
somewhere
girl. I
over
have
here.
faith. Yeah.
Let the Olympic gods be with
I
me.
think Simone Biles.
Simone Biles.
Yeah, channel. Okay.
Okay, I get another go. You know what? I was just starting off easy. Let's
Self-talk is also important. I like the coach you have in your head, in your corner. Nice.
I did that on purpose. I just wanted Graham to shine today.
It's all about inclusivity. We just want everyone to feel like you can play. At home, you can all play. Everyone is welcome at the Expresso Games. Dun, dun, bah.
Graham,
I don't know
think you're
who gets to update this, but I think someone else is going to just pop
But
their way
also
up to the top.
considering I got maybe 3 points today, I'm still ahead of you.
You are 13. And there it comes back again. Ooh, it's going to be that kind of show. We love it. Don't forget, you can, of course, be a part of the actual Paris Olympic action. And it's all going down on SABC Sports. So the Paris Olympic Games, obviously airing from the 26th of July up until the 11th of August on all 4 SABC TV channels and all 19 SABC radio stations. They've got you covered. And you can also follow all of the action on sabcsport.co.za and SABC Plus for all of that action. Literally, however you want to take it, you've got to take it on board, okay?
I think so.
The sports is difficult, hey? It's
But
challenging.
she's an athlete. Let me just...
She's an
Good
athlete.
sportsmanship.
I think you've ever
Sports.
shaken my hand before on the show. We love it. We love a little bit of rivalry. Maybe there's something going down in your office. We want to get inside all of the Olympic action. How is that competitive spirit playing out in your life? But don't worry, we have got you covered in terms of our competitive spirit, and we've also got you covered for the next few hours.
Absolutely. So many exciting things coming your way. JP is going to join us on the couch. We're talking bike riders, baby. We're going to see what that movie is all about. We also have Melanie Fansale, who is an eliminated contestant from MasterChef SA, and we're going to find out how her journey was up until this point. She also gets into the kitchen with us.
I was going to say, there must be some cooking. We've still got puri rolls on the way, a whole lot of deliciousness. You've got just enough time to recharge your coffee. We'll see you now.
Only you can make my day. It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back as we take you to the box office. JP is here to bring us the latest on a couple of films that are getting a lot of people's attention. One name, Austin Butler, seems to be popping up. He's the kid, man. I think everyone's been wanting to see more of him.
Yes.
Great to have you
More
back in the
of
hot
him,
seat.
Carissa.
Yes, please.
Between the two of you,
She's
you're having a
giggling.
moment. I became a third wheel instantly because of your Austin Butlering going on over
I
here.
mean,
The-
as a
the
straight
wink, wink,
man, I
nudge,
can
nudge,
admit
yeah.
he's a very handsome boy.
Hey, man.
And he played Elvis. I mean, hello.
What-
Come on.
He
Exudes.
absorbed.
Say
and, yeah,
he absorbs and exudes.
Elvis, yeah. I think he channels Elvis, maybe, is a good way.
Actually, you can make that dirty if you like to. It's actually so funny that they made him do the 50s American accent again. It's like, it's such a trick because the poor guy, he got stuck very much in the Elvis accent. He had worked on it
Because
so
he has a
hard.
bit of a natural draw anyway. Like he's got that
And now
southern
Bike
vibe, eh?
Riders comes along and is set in virtually the same period. It's like, try not be Elvis, but sort of Elvis.
Okay.
That being
But-
said, the Bike Riders, Tom Hardy, a couple of big names in there. Take us through this movie. Is it brilliant?
Yes, so aside from Tom Hardy, you also got Jodie Comer. I would recommend The Last Duel, which she was brilliant in with Ben Affleck and Matt Damon by Ridley Scott, but that's another movie altogether. The Bike Riders is a true story about the photographer Danny Leon came up with a book that is one of these iconic Americana sort of photography
yeah.
compendiums of just the biker lifestyle. But look, let's have a look at the scene itself of what the toughness all meant, what the brotherhood of the colors meant, and all that kind of thing in The Bike Riders out today.
Hey! You can't have those colors on in here.
You my brother, Bozo? Told you to take that stupid jacket off.
You know, I'm gonna take that jacket off your back and I'm gonna wrap it around your neck and then I'm gonna choke the out of you.
You hear my brother? Keep you wearing no colors in this neighborhood. Take that jacket off.
What?
You'd have to kill me to get this jacket off.
He's too cool. Come on.
Machismo. You know, that all just ended up in, obviously, an apology and a cup of tea.
I was going to say, I would have just been like, okay. Like,
Step away.
oh, this jacket.
Punch that
sorry.
beautiful face and be like, I'm never going to wash this hand again.
Yeah, but surely they don't punch him in the face. Come on, man. He's
The
got a
money maker?
beautiful face.
it ends up there.
But
So,
there is a lot of vibe. You get the energy.
oh, yeah.
Big time,
And,
yeah.
and I mean, the machismo is just so ridiculous of it all. Obviously, a lot of people, myself included, have been looking forward to this. It's sort of a movie of the Olympics of funny voices again, because Tom Hardy does his thing too. There are these moments where his character almost like meows his words. It's so
Ooh.
strange.
He's like the only one that could get away with something like that too.
He's going to get like a walk-in-esque legend about his voice at some point. If he
Yeah,
keeps this up, yeah?
but all of these are such class actors. Michael Shannon, guys, is one of the greatest we've got. And good grief, poor Norman Reedus as well. All of these actors are fantastic. Norman Reedus is a bit of a gem in this too. So he's this dude who comes out from, they're all set in Chicago, and he rides all the way out from Los Angeles, and it's like, I've heard you got a gang. Here's some money, I'm joining now. And they're all sort of suspicious, but whatever, you'll see how that pans out. The story starts in 1965, where the Jodie Comer's character has been interviewed by Danny Leon, the photographer, because he just wants to document these guys. Now he wants to record what is their life story, what is the evolution of this gang, because it goes from 65 all the way to 75. And obviously what we see is it just starts out as this hobbyist sort of thing with the boys, and obviously there's a bit of mischief, but ends up in criminality and the evolution to drugs and violence, etc., etc.
Running, yeah.
And I mean, we've seen some TV shows about this too. What's that famous one? MCC something.
For sure, yeah.
There are a
I know
couple.
what you mean, yeah.
We all know now that it's.
Oh, I recognize the woman.
Yeah, she's a great new find really for a lot of people. But so Tom Hardy is the leader of the gang, Johnny, who wants to pass things over to Benny because he sees a spark in him, and the spark is just snap violence whenever it's needed, whenever it's called for. And especially as he starts to see stuff like Vietnam veterans start coming back from the war when they got their own hang-ups and issues and PTSD, that's starting to mutate the club too much. Johnny starts to feel like he can't handle it possibly, wants to hand it over to Benny. Benny's reluctant, he's just there for the love of the bikes. But that brings into tension his relationship with his wife as well, who wants him at times to get out, but also loves him for his love he has of things. So there's that tension too. However, JP comes along, and JP is going to be a rebel against the rest of the critics because my score is a lot lower than theirs.
Oh,
Dudes, for
Timmy,
me,
why
like,
are you such a Grinch, bro?
you're just learning. It's all downhill from here.
I don't think he understands, but he's got to answer it. He's
So
got to feed
the thing
beast.
with this is there's such a strong tradition, obviously, of these types of movies, and it starts with Tom Hardy watching The Wild One with Marlon Brando, and so you could have introduced there this idea of this guy having this romantic idea of the bike
what it
versus
should
rubbing
be, yeah.
against real life.
Right.
But that doesn't sort of come in. That dynamic could have been very interesting. The Disneyland idea of biker versus what you actually have to do when you get it out into the dirt of the thing. Aside from that, I compare also like Apocalypse Now, where Apocalypse Now you have this traveling up the Mekong River, and there's really this feeling of going down the rabbit hole and things getting dirty and dark as things go along. This doesn't do that as well. And in the same way, Apocalypse Now interestingly has these like weird characters because it's a little village you're following, these bikers.
For sure,
and it's the same. And to have these sort of strange little side guys spring out and have their own like streaks and niches would have been more fun if you colored that village a bit better, but it really doesn't hit those markers for me either. Aside from that, like one of the problems with bikers, if you go back to again the traditions of something like Easy Rider, which also came out at an interesting phase in Hollywood, where once again actors and writers were on strike, and so interesting creative movies were starting to come out, and Easy Rider was one of them. Bike riding and that culture is such an interesting thing because how do you film it? How do you contain it? It is something that wants to be
or
uncontained.
reproduce it. Yeah, for sure.
So they had all this possibility of interesting things they could have done. Sure, these are good actors, but for me, it's a bit droog. So let's have a look at a moment I did giggle at, though, as a chase not necessarily going as planned in The Bike Riders.
Did he just run out of petrol?
Yeah.
We've
Pulls
been
over
there,
and tries to
brother.
play
We've
it cool
been there,
as well.
man.
It's
Yeah.
like cops pull up, that's that. But yeah, like, Carissa, you were just asking now, like, how do you get to this number that you've chosen? And the thing is we've got these people now know because of whether the biker shows, whether things like even Narcos dealing with drugs and that culture and whatever, you have to try and be a bit more interested, and especially if you come from the tradition that you do. Love the actors, but for me, nah, it's a 5 out of 10. Which, like I said, is probably 2 less than the average critic, so you might enjoy it a lot more than I did.
And the public is saying what?
On IMDb, they're giving it a 6.5. So
6.5?
strange.
Oh my
Usually
That's
they
the
give
problem
it
with
less than
this
the
many
critics.
good actors, this kind of, the promise of a film like this, and when it's set in a period that is so iconic in that way, you've got to deliver.
And if you're doing it's a story about a photographer, so the cinematography needs to be on point. It has to be as memorable as the Americana
got to
of his
capture
original
those
book.
moments, yeah.
Not a bad movie, but like it's going to be totally forgettable.
All right, so I get that, but the face remains as beautiful as it always will. What else you got
Austin
for us, my
Butler.
friend?
Later on, we got Trap coming out, M. Night Shyamalan's movie. I'll talk about that.
Is that the one with his man crush?
Is
with
it?
Josh Hartnett.
Josh Hartnett's a beautiful man too. Wow,
He is, man.
This is our Friday.
We're having a conflicted morning this morning. It's all right. We're having a conflicted morning. It's okay.
Carissa, we get it.
No. We are going to take the quickest of breaks. When we return, we're back in the kitchen to plug into the most amazing culinary journey. And of course, Melody is here. Melanie is in our kitchen. There she is. Give us a wave, girl. Melanie's going to take us through her incredible culinary journey.
Listen, churro ice cream sandwiches are right up my alley. It's a Friday. We're allowed to let go just a little bit. So we can't wait to get into the kitchen after this.
Yes.
Only you can make my day.
Milani, I'm afraid your best today wasn't good enough.
Thank you. So I went out on a baking challenge, and baking's my jam.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Hello and good morning. It is still your feel-good breakfast show, Expresso on S3. We're still in the first hour with jam-packed entertainment, and right now, this morning, we welcome recently eliminated contestant of MasterChef South Africa Season 5. It's Milani van der Merwe. Now, she joins us to chat about her culinary journey on the show and her unique flair that she brought to the kitchen. Plus, she'll also hop into our kitchen to share a family favorite recipe, and I personally can't wait for this. The churro ice cream sandwich. My mouth is already like salivating. But before we get into the kitchen, let's chat about your journey, Milani. Thank you for being here, firstly.
Thank you very much
You're
for
looking
having me.
stunning
Thank
in the
you very
colors.
much.
Let's get into your journey of cooking and what actually ignited that passion to want to be in the kitchen.
I think for most of us, we see our parents or our mom, especially our grandmother, cooking in the kitchen, and that's exactly what it was for me. My mom she's just phenomenal in the kitchen, and growing up seeing what she does and what she achieves in the kitchen was just really an inspiration for me, and I had no other choice but to, you know, get that love for cooking from her. Yeah.
And what age were you in the kitchen cooking it up with her?
Well, as a youngster, you're not really allowed in the kitchen.
They don't want to give you a knife.
No,
I
she
know.
kicked me out quite a bit. But later on, she had really bad back issues, so she was bedridden. Which allowed me to sneak into the kitchen. But it was me in the kitchen and then running to her like, am I doing it right? Am I not doing it right? Yeah, and that's how I learned and developed my passion for.
Yeah, because you know what I find, especially with our mothers and grandmothers, like you said, they know recipes. They're just kind of led by some weird spirit that takes them there.
Yes.
So we do have to pick up with our eyes and through experience.
Exactly,
So
like
I
a
love
pinch
that you
of
got
this, but how much is a pinch?
How much is a pinch? Well, that led you to the path of MasterChef South Africa. What inspired you to even enter the competition?
I've been a long time fan of the show, 15 plus years.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's been a bucket list thing for me to do.
goodness.
And this year I'm 40.
Yes, yes to 40.
And I just thought, you know, now's my time. I've got to do it. My kids are a bit older, they're more independent, and now's my time to enter and live that dream of mine.
And I'm so glad you did. They say that 40 is the new 30, is the new
Exactly,
21. It's
exactly.
definitely the time to live it up and chase those dreams. And I know you brought like an extra flair to the competition and to your cooking, where your international travels almost inspire what you bring to the table. But you are also South African. So how does that combination come together?
No, it's just, for me, food has always been a way of connecting and sharing and learning. So when you travel, you connect and you get that experience of learning from other cultures. And my way of learning from other cultures is through the food.
Yeah.
So I've one experience where we were in Japan. I was able to make braaibroodjies on a hibachi and share that with them. And they were so dumbfounded and they absolutely loved it. And they didn't even know you can just make a toasted cheesy on a hibachi. So that was a great experience for me, and that's where just that love for sharing and connecting with food just comes through.
Yeah, that fusion. Please start a restaurant and sell hibachi grilled cheese, because we need to see those braaibroodjies on a national level.
Yeah.
What is your favorite dish, you think, from the global scale that you've been traveling on? What really did it for you when you traveled?
You know what? When I do travel, I try and find what is the national dish of that place. So I once was in Malta and I had rabbit stew, and honestly,
oh my gosh,
it wasn't that great. I was like, we could do better.
Okay, flavor-wise.
Flavor-wise, but you know, if you understand the culture and the island, you understand why it was rabbit stew. So you also learn about the history. the history behind it as well.
Yeah. Well, you have been eliminated from the competition, but that's okay. You know, things happen in seasons and it's not the end for you.
No.
But I do wonder for the contestants left behind, if you have any words of encouragement for them to continue on their journey.
So each and every one of you are there for a reason, because you are passionate and you have that ability. So just stick to that and believe in yourself, and yes, there's a reason for you being there, so just go with that.
Oh my goodness, I'm so encouraged by that. And listen, we get into the kitchen with you to make something so delicious, an ice cream sandwich, but the buns are churros.
Yes.
Hello, that is so crazy.
Churro
Oh, I
situation.
can't wait for it. I mean, look at the screen right now. We're gonna make our version of that with Milani joining us in the kitchen. I'm very excited to get into that. Well, you have to, of course, catch MasterChef South Africa Saturdays at 7:30. Don't miss it. All right, we know we're going to miss your face on there, but there's so many contestants you can still continue to support. Thank you so much, Milani.
Thank you for having me. Thanks.
Next on MasterChef South Africa.
You'll have the opportunity to pay tribute to our star science.
Love that. The stakes are very high on this one. This Madumbi, it's not mashing.
Elimination is inevitable because there can only be one.
I'm definitely tasting the hype.
I'm afraid my prawn is almost raw.
My prawn was raw as well.
MasterChef South Africa. Every Saturday on S3 at 7:30. Proudly sponsored by Pick n Pay.
Of course, we get to go inside that journey right now. Milani is here to, I think, deliver what sounds like the most amazing family treat. It's one of her family favorites, and you would expect it gets kind of the MasterChef treatment. Indulgent, crispy churros with creamy ice cream, all sandwiched together and topped with a beautiful strawberry. I think we are in for a treat, and this is getting me feeling very creative because you could do a lot with this. But give me the background, Milani. First of all, well done, and I'm sorry that you're out of the competition. I know it must be heartbreaking.
Yeah, it was terrible. But you know what? Life goes on, and I had that experience, and I'm very fortunate for that.
And sometimes that lights the fire in a different way. So all the best for what's about to come. So let's start that with the first step right here.
Okay.
So take us through this particular family favorite, because it looks like there are quite a few working parts.
Yeah, but the main part of it is the choux pastry that we make. So
for the churros.
For the churros. And so you add your, if everything is on.
Everything is on.
So you start with your water. Oh, that's nice and hot. And then you want to melt your butter in there.
What's the trick with the choux pastry? Is there something, because I know it often goes kind of one of two ways, unfortunately.
So
it can be a little unforgiving at times.
Yes, it can be unforgiving, but that's the great thing about making churros for choux pastry, because it's very forgiving.
You see.
So when you make a eclair or a profiterole or a Paris-Brest, you want to have your choux pastry perfect.
Just spot on, yeah.
But with the churros sandwich, or the churro part of it, you deep fry it. So I mean, like,
we disguise it a little bit.
Disguise it, and it's still got that flavor and everything.
For sure, and it's also a textural thing. I think it combines a lot of the things we love the most about a dessert.
Yeah.
There's a bit of crunch, there's a bit of soft, chewy toffiness in there. You've got the beautiful flavor profile, which is one of my favorites.
Yeah, so cinnamon and sugar is a huge South African flavor. At every bazaar, you have the pancake stand where you get your cinnamon sugar pancakes, your pannenkoek. So it's synonymous with South Africa.
I love it. Okay, so where are we in the process?
Okay, so now that that's come to a boil, I just want to, then you add your, so now we've got the butter melted in the water, and we've got some salt and sugar in there. And now we're just going to add our flour, and we're going to mix it up.
And start
creating
our dough.
Yes, and it's going to create a nice ball. And you want to kind of cook through the flour. So,
grab this.
Oh yeah, thank you very much.
It's just letting me know. And at least you do have someone who can help you in the kitchen.
Yes, thank you very much.
It must get awfully lonely in the MasterChef kitchen when it's all on you. Just how intense is that pressure?
It's quite intense. You know, you have to be 100% physically and mentally there on the day when it's your cook, and you can't slip up. And unfortunately, you know, I got the tough end of it, and I did slip up because the pressure just got too much. And it was our first pressure test, so the pressure was really on for all of us.
And it's designed like that. Unfortunately, it's meant to break you. That's the whole point.
Exactly.
But I think that's, you know, I've learned from live TV. That's where you learn. That's the only way that you progress and kind of get that.
Exactly.
So you are really working this dough here. It looks beautiful.
So there we've got our dough, and now we're going to just take it off the heat over here. See, just do it there.
There we go. Let's turn that guy off there.
Perfect. And we can, now we've got our hot cream.
Ooh.
So while the dough is going to cool off before we put the eggs in,
okay,
we're going to just pour our cream over the
we're going to melt our
beautiful chocolate, and we're going to make a chocolate ganache. There
because one has to.
Yes.
Now, do you find that everything that you do you approach it with that kind of flair where you're like, oh, this is not restaurant quality, I'm going to, you know, so when you make like a cheese toasty at home, is it now like the most gourmet cheese toasty? Because surely this has opened your eyes to what you can do.
You know what? I love simple food.
You see.
At the end of the day, you have to cook from the heart, and the simplest food speaks to the heart, you know? So we're going to just leave that there for a little while.
Let that melt through.
Yes. And now when our dough is cooled down, we're going to start adding...
Working in the egg. Okay, and obviously
adding in the eggs, yes.
Vital to let that cool down, otherwise you're going to be cooking your egg the second it gets in there.
So we've got... Once we've done that, we've worked in our eggs and our vanilla. We must work it through and find that perfect consistency. Once we've got that, you're able to pipe it. So, you know, you'd like to use a star nozzle.
For sure,
and
I see to get those lovely little ribs in there.
Exactly, and then you can work it on this. And then normally you would want to put them in the freezer for a little while before you fry them, because then they're nice and workable.
Oh, I see what you're saying. They retain their shape. Okay, that's very
They retain
clever.
their shape, and you can actually take them off. But you can also just, if you have them in these little squares, just put them in with the paper, and it'll come off quite easily.
Oh,
so that's not a problem.
Okay,
And if you don't want to make this, you can literally just pipe it in your hot oil and cut it with a knife, and you got your little churro sticks.
I was going to say, get creative. You can do whatever. I think
you don't have to freeze that.
Just very quickly, we'll continue in the background as we go, but just talk us through the final steps here. How does it all come
Okay, so the final steps. So once we fried them, they're going to eventually, I'm going to just put them in here.
I love the fact that you can make these quite bespoke and cute, you know, for an event. If you've got people coming over for dinner, it's something that's still relatively simple. It's something that people know, but you can elevate it quite easily with just a funky topping, a creative approach.
Yes.
That being said, like, I love the chocolate ganache, the ice cream sandwich, very clever idea. What other toppings do you think would go well with or kind of fillings with this kind of vibe, with a churro sandwich?
Literally everything. When we were talking about the bazaar just now, I was thinking, what about a lemon curd with it? And then you get that real, you know, bazaar pancake feel to it. That could be nice.
Sure.
You can dip it in different types of chocolate. You can use milk chocolate, dark chocolate, white chocolate, whichever one will
just
work
buy
for
a
you.
chocolate fountain, make 1,000 of them, and just sit there all weekend. The perfect, I have a feeling this is the perfect treat for the Olympics. But of course, we've got our own food Olympian, if we will. It might actually be a thing, but Malani doing so well in MasterChef, and of course sharing some of her favorites with us this morning. A churro ice cream sandwich, absolutely beautiful. You can find the full recipe on expressoshow.com. We'll bring you our final results in just a moment. I really want to eat this.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
You're still on your Feel Good Breakfast show right here on S3. And oh, my lovely, it is so good to be with you. We've only just gotten started. And this morning, we get to celebrate two beautiful ladies who are crown chasers. And their journey did come to an end on the show. However, it is only the beginning for their journeys because they poured their hearts and souls into it. And now I think we can all safely say that their potential is the sky. What they will reach is beyond. And honestly and truly, I know they're going to be leaders in their own respective ways. Ladies and gentlemen, please, let's welcome to the Expresso show. It is none other than Leta Uktulo Maseko as well as Nobuhle Langa, the beautiful lady. They don't make this much noise. Hey, you guys are special. Ladies, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Amazing. All the better for seeing you guys. I'm so proud of you. It was a journey.
Yeah.
But tell me, how was it for both of you? Let's start with you, my love.
It was, like you said, a journey.
Yes.
I learned a lot about myself. It was exciting, challenging at the same time.
Yeah.
But I grew. I'm not the same person that I was before going into Miss South Africa.
I love that. And what about you, Leta?
I think it really took me out of my comfort zone, something that I've never obviously done before. You know, I only work for a bank.
Yes.
And now just to be there in a reality TV show, it was quite challenging, but mostly exciting. I really enjoyed having to be challenged, different challenges, seeing myself in different settings. So I think I really enjoyed that.
I mean, ladies, you gave us quite a show, but more than anything else, we saw you grow. And which is why I want to ask you, Nobuhle, what did you learn most about yourself on this journey?
Sure. That I can actually speak.
Oh, I love that.
Because I'm a very quiet person. I'm always like reserved, you know, my own space. But like when it comes to things that I'm passionate about, I think like my foundation, the Langelihle Foundation, I get excited and so proud to actually speak about it, and even other things that, you know, that I enjoy doing. So, yeah.
I love that. Girl, you can more than speak it out of here. You speak well. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
But let us speak to us about the challenges that you just spoke of, because honestly, I know that they were giving you certain challenges where you guys were all like, okay, I have to do this now. But obviously it challenged you in different ways because you're different people.
Of course, yes.
Yeah. So what were those challenges for you and how did you overcome them?
So, you know, most of the challenges were very exciting because then you obviously evolve. Let's say the L'Oreal Talk Your Worth, you have to talk on the spot.
Yeah.
So obviously, like when you're starting, that's a bit hard, but you get used to it.
Yes.
And then there's other challenges, like the racing challenge. Yo, for me, that was the worst because I don't know how to drive.
She was driving the other way. And I saw her, I'm like, let you know, this way. This way, girl.
So yeah, some challenges were challenging. So
yes, but like you guys said, it took you out of your comfort zone, which is the best place to become more than you were before. But you spoke of your beautiful foundations, Tanwa Sam. What is it all about and what can we expect to see from it?
So Langelihle Youth Foundation is a foundation I founded in 2019, but I started before in 2016. I've just always had the heart to give, and I'm passionate about empowering the youth of South Africa. People tend to say that the youth is the future. I say that the youth is actually the present.
That's why I always say the future is now.
Yes, because if we don't make the necessary changes now, then nothing's going to change for the future of our country. I want kids to go to school. I don't want girls to miss out on school because they don't have sanitary pads. I'm just constantly involved in empowering the kid that doesn't have any opportunities. So what's next for me? I want to go big. I want to work for brand South Africa.
Come on.
I want to work for United Nations. I want to collaborate with big organizations like Gift of the Givers and the Motsepe Foundation. I'm thinking high, you know, because with Miss South Africa, I always thought that such was too big for me. But now I'm just like, actually, no. If I put in the work, I can do it. And it's going to change more lives, and that's what I want. I want to leave a legacy.
Come on, I love that. Yes. She just gave an answer. Thank you very much. Oh, ladies, I feel like you guys have honestly shown the world that your light has only just begun to shine because there is so much that is to come for you. And I love that the Miss South Africa stage has already shown you just how much everything is within your reach. So thank you for that because you've shown everyone else how much it is by realizing your dreams. So congratulations, and we're so proud of you.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Absolute queens is what they are. And my lovely, like I said, their light has only just begun to shine and they're going to go on to do incredible things, I can tell. However, there are still incredible things coming your way right here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Do not go anywhere. We need to always take care of business, though, at the top of the hour. And this is why the gorgeous Carissa is standing by with your news headlines.
Thank you, Zanele, and thank you, ladies. The inspiration continues on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. But let's head into your news for the top of the hour. And we start off with national news, where the Gauteng Department of Human Settlements is looking into rehabilitating old, abandoned, invaded and dilapidated buildings in the province's inner cities. Now, MEC Tasneem Matara revealed this during her budget speech vote delivered at the Gauteng legislature. Matara said the buildings would be used for rental or subsidized housing. Occupiers of hijacked buildings who qualify for subsidized or non-subsidized housing will be catered for, Matara said. Matara also said housing allocated would be prioritized and would be previous applicants from 1996 to 1999, people with disabilities, child-headed households, and military veterans. Staying in South Africa, where the Minister of Forestry, Fisheries and the Environment, Dr. Deon George, yesterday announced that South Africa has recorded a significant downtrend in rhino poaching in the last 2 months, with national losses reported at 21 and 22 respectively. In May and June last year, 42 and 34 were recorded respectively. This reduced loss is thought to be attributable to the dehorning of rhino populations in KwaZulu-Natal and specifically in the Hluhluwe-Umfolozi Park, where over 1,000 rhinos have been dehorned since April. And moving on to international news, the biggest prisoner exchange between Russia and the West since the Cold War era took place early yesterday morning, with 24 people released in total. Now, the White House said 16 prisoners were freed and on their way back to Europe and the U.S. Among them is Wall Street Journal reporter Evan Gocevich. In return, 8 Russian prisoners were released from prison in the U.S., Norway, Germany, Poland and Slovenia, including individuals accused of intelligence activities. Now, the swap took place on the runway at Ankara Airport in Turkey. Police yesterday used tear gas to disperse protesters in Abuja, Nigeria, where thousands rallied against rising living costs and government issues. Protests also occurred in Lagos and other cities. Now, the demonstrations were triggered by economic reforms that have led to runaway inflation and increased hardship for Nigerians. Nigeria, Africa's most populous country, is struggling with high inflation and a sharply devalued naira, following President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's decision to end a costly fuel subsidy and liberalize the currency in an effort to boost the economy. Now, we close off with this really good Olympic story where the Olympic creed says it all. The most important thing is not to win, but to take part. The essential thing is not to have conquered, but to have fought well. And we look at Adriana Ruano, who embodied this spirit, and on Wednesday won Guatemala's first ever gold medal. Ruano was preparing for the 2011 World Gymnastics Competitions, or Championships rather, a qualifier for the London Olympics, when severe back pain revealed 6 damaged vertebrae, ending her gymnastics career at the tender age of 16. And with her dream shattered, her doctor suggested she try shooting to stay involved in sports without worsening her injury. And the rest is history. Her perseverance paid off when she won the women's trap event with an Olympic record score of 45 out of 50. A beautiful story of perseverance and a reminder to never give up on your dreams. Now, let's see what other Olympics actions is in your sport. Here's Graham with the latest.
Oh, we really have seen a changing of the guard at this Olympics. Thank you so much for that prelude. We're going to dive right back into the water with our Olympic update. And Kate Douglas of the United States, she clinched the women's 200-meter breaststroke gold, defeating our own Tatiana Smith in the process. So Douglas, she swam strong. She finished with a time of 2 minutes 19.24, showcasing some impressive turns and a lot of mettle in that final stretch. And of course, Smith, the defending champion, she led early but had to settle for the silver, with Tess Schouten of the Netherlands taking bronze. And Smith, who previously won the 200-meter breaststroke in Tokyo and the 100-meter breaststroke earlier this week, of course, has now officially retired from swimming. Massive loss to the sport, but I'm sure she will stay very much connected to those structures here in South Africa. Now let's get on to the Olympic courts, as Andy Murray's illustrious career also came to an end in Paris at the Olympics as he and Dan Evans lost in the men's doubles quarterfinals. So the former world number 1 and 3-time Grand Slam champion was defeated by Americans Taylor Fritz and Tommy Paul, who took it 6-2, 6-4 on court Suzanne Lenglen. Murray had announced the Olympics would be his final event, and so it is. His retirement marks the end of yet another chapter in tennis's golden generation as he joins 20-time Grand Slam winner Roger Federer, who of course retired in 2022. Let's keep the connections going as we stay with the tennis as Novak Djokovic progresses. He has advanced to his 4th Olympic semi-final despite the knee injury scare that happened in the match and the second set deficit. So the Serbian top seed, he defeated Stefanos Tsitsipas 6-3, 7-6 on the tiebreak after needing on-court treatment for his right knee. Djokovic, who fell behind love 4 and then 2-5 in that second set, saved 3 set points and then dominated the tiebreak. The 24-time Grand Slam winner, surprisingly enough, is still seeking his first Olympic gold, and he'll now face Italy's Lorenzo Musetti in the semi-finals as he continues his charge. Well, speaking of being on charge and in charge, Simone Biles has ticked every box. She has recaptured the Olympic all-round crown, defeating Brazil's Rebecca Andrade for her 6th Olympic gold and 2nd in Paris. So Biles, who withdrew from multiple events back in Tokyo due to the twisties, as it's known, also won team gold with the US earlier this week. Biles, who is still 27 years old, is the first gymnast to reclaim the individual title since winning it in Rio back in 2016. So incredible, and of course an all-star crowd there to watch her do it as well. But that's where we leave our sport for now. Let's take a look at the roads. They should be waking up by now.
Thank you so much, Gray. Yes, the roads have woken up. Let's have a first look at your traffic. And we're in KZN, firstly in Durban, where there's been a vehicle breakdown north of the N2 before Spaghetti Junction, resulting in the back of queue from the M7 highway. Now, do plan your route accordingly, as heavy delays are, of course, expected. We head into Gauteng and we start off with Benoni, where there's a stationary truck south of the R21. Now, the left lane is blocked. Approach the affected area with caution and drive carefully. We move over to Randburg, sticking in Gauteng, where there's been an accident on the N1 northbound before Malabongwe Drive. The right lane is affected, causing delays, so do allow for some added travel time. And that wraps up your roads for now. Let's have a look at your weather. The South African Weather Service has issued a single warning for today, a yellow level 1 alert for damaging winds in the northwestern parts of KwaZulu-Natal. Residents should prepare for potential localized damage to both formal and informal settlements. High-sided vehicles are particularly at risk on susceptible routes due to strong crosswinds, which could also pose challenges to elevated roads and bridges. Motorists and residents are advised to exercise caution and stay updated on weather conditions. Now, the service emphasized the importance of preparedness to minimize disruptions and ensure safety during these high wind conditions. Now, we've got to look at your sunrise view of the hour, of course. And out of the resort town of Keymouth, we get this one from Omi. And it is so beautiful seeing the sky colors come together so beautifully with that sunrise reflecting on the clouds. I'm sure it's going to be such a stunning day out there in the Eastern Cape. Just 7 minutes after 7, this is another reminder to share your morning views with us on 0634088863 at 8 o'clock. We'll do another dip into that. For now, let's look at your temperatures with what you can expect for today.
All right, our very own master chef is in the kitchen this morning. Milani is here whipping up the most delicious churro ice cream sandwiches. A family favorite for you, yes, and I think these are going to become the Expresso family favorite. I have no doubt that this is going to be made this weekend. This is the most perfect Olympic watching food I think I've ever come across.
Yes.
Talk us through the final
Okay,
touches.
so now I'm just dusting and rolling my churros. I've placed my ice cream on. There we go. We need to be quite quick with this.
Yeah, being ice cream. I suppose this time of the year is actually quite a good time to work with ice cream, believe it or not, because it's summer. It's not going to play its part.
Yeah, and then you can do whatever you want with the ganache. So this ganache is still quite runny, but that
It means
also
it's a
adds
drizzle.
to it.
Yeah.
So we could just drizzle it over.
It's for the gram. It's a gram drizzle. That's what we'll call it.
Yes.
Absolutely beautiful. And once again, you can find us at expressoshow.com along with all the culinary inspiration from today. I'm going to say I'm so proud of you. Well done.
Thank you so
I know this is the
much.
first step in your foodie journey, so thank you so much for allowing us to be a part of that.
Thank you very
Absolutely
much.
amazing. And I'm sure
Appreciate
when we
it.
talk about family favorites, I'm sure your family is unbelievably proud of you. Well, of course, we are plugging you into some great opportunities. We're going to have a bit of a laugh in Johannesburg after this game. It's got something big to announce, so stick around for that. And then JP Sebastian's going to stick around. We've got The Trap, Josh Hartnett's new film coming out. He's going to take us inside that. And then more food and a whole lot more fun. It really is your feel-good kickstart to the weekend, so stick around. I'm sorry, my brain might have been addled by the churro just a little bit. Look at it. He's so beautiful.
There are stories of dreamers, and we're inspired by them all. We invite you to write your story with us. Your story matters. ABSA.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Happy Friday, Mzansi, and it is about to be even happier, actually, my lovelies, as we get into the weekend, making sure that you have all the right deals you need to make your winter just a little bit better. And Jongane, we have only the best in the business to come and tell us. It is the funny, the ever-entertaining Kumba Shope, everybody!
Best intro I've had in a while.
Oh, get out of here.
People introduce me like, hi, this Kumba is here. And then they look away. They're ever so, I'm ever so what?
You're ever so funny, ever so entertaining.
Come on now.
Ever looking like a game star.
Oh. Game is pink, I'm pink.
Exactly.
So, and it didn't even click until now when you said it.
I love it.
Yeah, but I love pink. Pink is one of my favorite colors.
Yes, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And especially because Game is making sure that we have got hot takes this winter.
It's called Winter Hot Takes.
Yes.
And yeah, and the thing is, I walked in, and I wanted a electric blanket. I don't know why, because I've never had an electric blanket. I'm from Ekas.
Yes.
I know you're fine. You know I'm a child.
Yes,
I'm proud
that
scotch.
Big blanket, yes.
Now there's electric blankets where you can adjust them to 1, 2, or 3. I'm like, hey, things are better in life.
It's nice.
So I got myself that. I'm like, there's so many things that are on sale again when it comes to winter hot takes. I'm like, okay.
Yes.
Why am I in the streets with my guys being cold when I can be home and entertaining myself and my kids?
I love it. And the nice thing is, Game, making sure you are comfortable and warm and cozy.
Yes, the pressure cooker when you are cooking at home.
Yes.
You guys wouldn't know. You guys in Salemagin. Like when you're home, having oxtail, when you're just
Taking
chilling.
it easy.
You look at on your pressure cooker, and pressure cookers are there at Game Winter Hot Takes. So yeah, man.
And this is the thing, Skumba, you know all of this because you've been on the scene, and I really like it for you. And this is the thing, Mzansi, we want to like it for you as well. So let's have a look at what Skumba's been up to. Have a look.
Yeah. Winter is here and Games got you covered. Zwagal. Still on Winter Hot Takes right here at Games. Sister, what are you getting?
Pressure cooker.
Pressure cooker. Okay. For a matambo. Heaty meal. Winter Hot Takes right here. Okay. Right, this sister is here to buy a gift for him. What are you getting your baby?
A doll.
A doll.
And a kitchen set.
And a kitchen set. You've got game and game. Scott.
Oh man, I just already feel taken care of by Game. I feel warm, I feel cozy, like I'm in my house already.
Yes.
And listen properly, we want to know why it is that Game is the #1 place to go for all of your winter essentials.
Like where we want to go? Which stores do you want to go
Exactly,
to?
what's better?
Because a game when you walk in already by the Winter Hot Takes, like it welcomes you. The
Yes.
setup. And it's like everything is on sale. Have you ever been to Game?
I have.
Like everything is on sale. And if you've got kids, there's about 3 aisles of kids things to do. Like you can get your toys for kids to be home. Why do you want to have your kids outside?
Do you know what? Especially in winter.
Yeah, man.
Exactly.
We don't even have a medical aid. That's another thing.
No, man,
So it is
Skumba.
great for you to get toys for your kids to be home.
Yes.
While when you peg a kitchen, you have your heaters there. From Lapo, you are in your blankets. There's Olympics happening. Hambatala in your blankets and watch Olympics. What's wrong with you people?
And
Why
watch
just threatening?
Tatiana Smith, Mdase. Exactly.
We're winning.
I like that you and I are on the same wavelength, ne? And you've spoken about how Game has got things for the kids as well. But what's your favorites when it comes to
I think for me, my favorite, if not about, like, you don't understand my obsession right now with electric blanket. Like, I don't think you get what
I
I'm
actually
saying.
do get it, because for me, my electric blanket is even on during the day.
You
Stays
see?
on the whole.
So I work a lot. I'm always on the streets and when doing my shows. So when I come back home, do I want to come back home to cold blankets?
No.
Why? Why? So yeah, I just great. And the nice thing about Lama blankets, and I'm a side too.
Yes.
So you side lake and the side lako.
But soon.
Aha.
Is this you running away from cuddles, Skumba?
I don't want to cuddle.
Oh.
I want to be warm by myself, be happy. And there's heaters also. There's a lot of nice things, Joe. There's TVs, there's kids things, there's nice things there. So please make sure that you go to Game and grab yourself some more Winter Hot Takes. Ube happy life in.
I like it. And Skumba, tell me, how would you describe the importance of staying warm this winter?
The importance of staying warm this winter is very important. Like, if flu yamanje uyayibona
it's bad.
It's horrible. Shamanje flu yamanje yabona le weave ingakushaya ihlale la, like le flu ingakushaya le flu ingakushaya ukhumule nempaka za black mambazo uzibeke phansi. This flu is bad, Mazet. This flu is so bad. Ingashaya yabona la ingashaya ishintshe ikhale orange ibe pink. This flu is horrible. You being home is great this winter.
Yes.
But being home, but at the same time, you need to have things that will entertain you inside your home.
Yes.
So go to Game, get your things, lock yourself in, ube grind life in.
I love it. And of course, Kumba, I want to ask you, just as we close off, in terms of making sure that we end off winter being warm, yabo?
Yes.
With you and Game coming together and saying, Zanzi, we've got you. What is the #1 reason that we must trust you?
Come on, I mean, I'm the most trusted comedian in the country.
Oh.
By far.
Not by far.
Not by far. Game is there and is the most trusted store, by far.
I love that.
So we got you and came, got you.
And you got
came, and we've got you. Everyone has got each other. See, happy.
I love this. Thank you, my game
Thank you
star.
very much. Thank you very much.
It's always good to chat to you. Skuma, you hate me. Oh my goodness, Expresso family, you heard it here from the ever entertaining, the ever funny, the ever amazing Skumba Hlophe. That game is the place to trust, all in the name of making sure that this winter you are not just warm, my love, but you are comfortable, and you don't just survive winter, but you actually enjoy it. And this is why game's got you 100%.
I've got to ask you this because I love this. I love living vicariously through people who get to do this. And we get to do it every once in a while, which is pretty cool. What is better than a little shopping spree?
Nothing,
Come on,
actually.
nothing really. Hey.
Retail therapy is the only therapy you need. Well, I went ahead and showed you how to do it in style, of course, while grabbing some of my must-buys at the Woolies Quality Sale. It's happening right now, so I thought, why not get in store and actually show you exactly how it went down. I discovered the greatness of retail therapy. I mean, look at it.
I'm ready for the therapy. Let's go.
With a deep desire for a sustainable closet stock-up and a style refresh, a retail pick-me-up is long overdue. Now, I'm at Woolworths at the V&A Waterfront to get my hands on a couple of my favorites from the Woolies Quality Sale. And I'm going to show you just how the small details make the biggest difference. Oh, my favorite, it is the knitwear. Now, this is an absolute staple this season, and I love how we've gone with the tonal vibes for autumn-winter 2024. I especially love the modern take on the classic knit, and the nautical is climbing up my list of being my essential this coming autumn-winter. I just love the stripes. It's fitted, it looks good, it elevates an outfit. I can't choose between the two, but I've got to feel this one. Ooh. Oh. I love this, but I'm still gonna take the knit because I can. Stop, I'm getting choked up. This is the outfit I wore for my very first Expresso episode. Oh! Denim, denim, denim. I would especially recommend the denim skirt. It's just really gonna make you look chic and fashion forward. And just remind you that when it comes to the curvy girls, Woolworths has got us covered. It really just puts my mind at ease when shopping to know that every curve of my body is gonna fit beautifully. We've got to talk about the faux leather. It's such a big trend this season, and Woolies has so many options for us. You've got the drawstring, which is so great for when you want to eat a little bit extra. We also have the option of the faux leather leggings, and what I love most is the fact that it's got a zip. It just looks so good. And last but certainly not least, you have the A-line faux leather skirts. I mean, this you could wear in the office for a date night out. She really is that girl. Actually, let me try these on. This is the one. Now that I'm at the shoes, I might as well get a pair. I swapped out the boots for these pointy black slender heel. Gorgeous, I love them. Ooh, I'm so excited that Selected Beauty is also on sale. I'm talking your foundations, pressed powders, even your eyeshadows, and my favorite, the lippy. And I'm absolutely obsessed with the Velvet Matte Liquid Lipstick. Let's try it on, shall we? What do you think? Woolworths has definitely made sure that my capsule wardrobe is sorted with the quality sale. But let's see what the house is giving. Embrace August with up to 50% off of fashion, beauty, and homeware with Woolies quality sale. Now, speaking about homeware, I need to tell you about the pieces you usually neglect when it comes to your shopping. Scatter cushions. These are an essential in your lounge or even your bedroom. Throws are also so important to ensure the coziness of the season is felt within the home. When was the last time you changed your bedding? Now's the perfect opportunity to give your room a 180 with all of the options that Woolies has. Home fragrances need to be on top of your list because you want your space to feel like a sanctuary as soon as people step into it. I can't believe I got my dream pieces for a dream price. Now my quality sale shop is complete and I feel ready to step into the rest of the season in style. But I have a feeling I'll be back.
I have a feeling she will be back, yes.
I was back, in fact. I've been back since.
See, now you've transitioned into the Expresso family where just seeing an item of clothing almost brings you to tears because it's attached to an amazing memory. But that's the joy of this job. Absolutely. So nice seeing your first day again. Now I'm getting a little bit emotional. We're talking about clothes, man. Come on.
What a time. 2 months in and we honestly have had the best of time together. But listen, end of your season with a closet refresh. I think it's about time. And some transitional must-have. You can shop the quality sale at Woolworths and get up to 50% off, and that is on selected fashion, beauty, even homeware. And it's available, of course, in store. You could also go online and on the app, and of course, while stocks last. So get shopping
going
now.
Fast.
Yes,
it is going. After that, it's going very fast.
City was our weekend here on S3. My lovely, your Feel Good Breakfast show has got you all in the name of making sure that you, in fact, know what to watch as you go into the weekend, which is why JP rather is going to be reviewing the movie Trap, and we're going to be hearing why it's going to be worth the watch. Then we are also going to be absolutely blown away by Ndushezi, who has worked with absolute giants in the industry and releasing the new single today. It is called Nhliziyo. We're going to be absolutely celebrating, getting into Women's Month the best way. But first, let's take a break and we'll be back after this.
With 5 times greater plaque reduction than brushing and flossing alone. For a cleaner mouth and healthy gums. Completes the clean with Listerine.
It's my Feel Good Breakfast show.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. We're in the second hour, and yes, the first hour we did review a movie, but now we're previewing something special, and this is especially for Graham because he's in love with somebody by the name of Josh Hartnett.
Oh, I thought it was going to be like The Trap and you were going to use some ominous reference. No, I do love Josh Hartnett. And do you know why I love him? Because he has a way, Mr. J.P. Sebastian, of popping up in really cool spaces and roles and things that often leave you thinking, oh, that's a good choice. Oh, that's a cool choice.
That's by choice. Like,
yes.
The reason why, oh man, this guy, poor guy has been off the radar, off the scene for many years.
He took a break. He said the stalkers got to him.
I think maybe he just doesn't take the easy pick.
There were a bunch of reasons, obviously, but also in a way, Hollywood blacklisted him. There were rumors that he was difficult to work with, and that's not entirely true at all, because it's just because he was very particular about the movies he was choosing.
Right.
You know, he was offered Superman by Brett Ratner, and he said no thank you.
He said no?
He was offered Spider-Man. He said no thank you. Christopher Nolan offered him Batman over Christian Bale. He said no thank you. And so Christopher Nolan was very upset about that.
Right.
Fortunately, they reconciled because you would have seen him in Oppenheimer recently.
For sure.
That's a side dude.
That makes me love him
Because
even
I suppose
more,
everyone's been trying to kind of cookie cut, push him into the leading man,
The
easy
prettiest
role.
face
and
in the world.
Heartthrob. Yeah.
Could have been Titanic. Maybe he turned out Titanic too, you know?
The door is open. So with this particular film...
For Titanic too?
Come on.
Also, that door reference was so great.
Very nudging to the boy. Trap, however.
Because this is M. Night Shyamalan, okay, which that generally is enough.
You sound like
say
you're a
that.
fan. You were just singing his name onto set.
I didn't know. Shamalama.
As many as you like. Dude's not going to get nasty.
Set the premise for us, because this has an echo of reality.
Actually, I believe, based in part on real life, where what happened is a serial killer was tricked into going to a hockey match. And police surrounded the stadium and he was trapped inside. So that's the entire idea, is that Josh Hartnett, the pretty boy next door, is actually a serial killer and is trapped at, in effect, a Taylor Swift concert with his daughter. He's got a daughter. He seems like the guy next door, whatever. You're the people themselves, including M. Night Shyamalan, and Josh Hartnett, to talk about a movie that I'm excited for, Trap, out today.
This individual that wears those 20,000 in attendance today,
Dad.
he's realized he can't get out.
Dad.
We will catch him.
Dad.
I'll be right back.
Trap, it's very new and different than my other movies. The world of concerts and backstage, I thought, wow, this would be a kind of an interesting place to set a thriller.
Cooper is a father. He loves his daughter very much, and he finds himself in a pretty tricky situation. As the title suggests, he finds himself in a trap.
It's a combination of tones that is really unusual.
What's going on, Dad? It's dark and it's edgy and it's fun.
Watching Knight's films, like with The Sixth Sense and Signs, what I got is this creeping sense of dread. No one else can create the amount of tension that he can. So, catch me.
You have to go to see it in the movie theater so that you're laughing together, you're gasping together, trying to piece it together and holding on your edge of seats. Wow.
Can we have a pre-popcorn?
Can I have a third lung? Because all of us were just talking while you guys were watching that too, about how tense that feels.
My anxiety levels aren't great, dude. I won't lie, and that really hit. My little heart is pumping, man.
The way he just plays it off just in his face, that pressing between the cops.
Between the police, come on!
It's so weird. We're going to end up, and this is also what Shyamalan's good at, is making you root for what ostensibly should be the bad guy.
You're like, get out, get out!
Go kill the guy in your basement, please. What?
Is this a departure, though? Because he likes to dabble in the supernatural. He likes to dabble in things that
Good
push
point.
the mind beyond that boundary, that get us thinking in a slightly different way.
Sometimes you got aliens, sometimes you got spooks, sometimes you can see spooks. Obviously, it's the Sixth Sense we're referring to.
And it's often, sorry to interject there, what he doesn't show us that has the biggest impact. I find like with something like Signs.
And so now you see that
movie.
mechanic here in a way, and that's a good point, that Signs is all trapped inside the house. Knock at the cabin is all trapped in the cabin. But it's something is happening to the world at large outside.
A very big thing.
And in the same way, there's that claustrophobia of just the stadium where he's got someone parked off at home. He's got this entire mythos about him in the American public that he is the serial killer. Clearly, they can't ID him. I don't know the details of that just yet, but like they know he's there. They just don't know it's him.
No, they just keep seeing his face. They're like, nah, it can't be him.
He's just too
exactly.
good looking. That guy could be
Unassuming.
people's top 100 men of all time.
Sexiest man alive.
This guy looks looks almost like Austin Butler. No, it can't be him.
I'm ready to quit being a cop. I'll be a stripper cop. I don't know.
But I love how the trailer actually makes me want to watch the movie. I'm like, put me in, coach. I want to see it.
And how often do trailers do that? They can mess up so bad.
Yeah.
But this
Or
one
they show the
strings me
best
along.
parts, and then you get there and you're like, oh, this is the worst.
And look out, that we might end up seeing that here because look, I love Shyamalan and he's done some butt stuff in the past too. The one where the trees are chasing Mark Wahlberg, literally in a way.
Oh, I remember that.
But Mark Wahlberg can be quite irritating, so I think maybe that's
Man,
not too.
I was rooting for the trees, haha.
I
So,
like Mark Wahlberg.
Trap, man, the other thing that grabs me here is the visuals. They're
Oh,
so
they're
pretty.
so good.
Sayombo Muktiprom is the name of the cinematographer who just gave us challenges with Zendaya, etc., etc. Mike Feist and the other pretty boys. That's what they're not as pretty as Josh Hartnett. Why is pretty boys the theme this morning? Anyway, he also did Memoria, he did Suspiria, he did just beautiful movies, and this as well. There's just something so perfect about the blending and the light balance and the shadow and the contrast and all that kind of stuff. And this is partly because another thing that I love is this return to. So most recently, you saw that the girl getting nudged. He's a stout hut. So Nope. This reminds me of Nope in a way. And
I love Nope.
This reminds me also of, like I was telling the camera gents now as well, Steven Soderbergh stuff. Ocean's 11 reminds me of Logan Lucky in the way that it's about don't get roped in by the spectacle. So you got this Taylor Swift heavyweight giant that they're all at the concert for.
Don't watch my eyes, watch the hands.
But the underworkings, and it's really this story is very important, obviously, in the sense that of the mass media that we consume.
Look at it.
All these movies are trying to say, do not look at the explosion, look at how we got there, kind of thing. These are very important detective type stories to tell.
And I have a feeling because even within this, you are constantly reminded of the bad man behind it. The fact that, and that's almost the most serial killer effort here, is the fact that even with all this crazy stuff going on around him, he's still that. He can't help but be that.
Yeah, but knowing Shyamalan, there's always a twist in a plan, in a plot, and a twist in a chorizo.
Churros, yeah, man. It's a Josh Hartnett churro sandwich this morning with
he's just the sweetest vanilla ice cream.
Exactly, with a drizzle of Austin Butler on top. Well, hopefully this tickled your fancy this morning. Two fantastic films, one at the box office, one coming out.
We all love boys this morning.
And judge for yourself. It's okay, we're conflicted, man.
Don't judge.
On the spectrum. Well, we've got so much still coming your way on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. We've got to, of course, get in the kitchen. Have you ever heard of a butter candle?
No, but I have seen one in our kitchen. I've been asking everybody about it. We are going to try to figure out how to make one ourselves. It's going to be a lot of fun, but this is the end result we are going for. So you can actually have the butter. Don't scoffle, giggle, whatever that was, JP Sebastian. We're going to actually make a whole candle out of butter inside the middle of the bread. And we're going to flavor it, and it's going to be amazing.
Wow, and Dushezi is also going to join us out in Jersey for a bit of a performance. I cannot wait for that. Superstar status is what we have on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Don't go anywhere.
It's the weekend, baby.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
It's always a happy Friday whenever we're together, my lovely. And today we get to continue celebrating Women's Month for the entire month, Kaloku. And this is why, as we get into profiling some of our favorite musicians, today we get to do so with a queen who is currently actually in the works when it comes to an album. But also, she is releasing a brand new song today called Inhlizio. I'm talking about Ndu Shezi, who has worked with the likes of the late Ricky Rick and AKA. She's worked with Musa Keys and all of these other incredible people who are just as incredible as her. Everyone, let's welcome her to the Expresso couch, Ndu Shezi. KZN's finest.
Oh, hey.
How are you, Mama?
I'm good. Thank you so much for having me.
Of course. My lovely, you are going to be celebrating a huge milestone in the music industry soon enough. In about the next 3 years, you're celebrating a couple of years having done this thing.
Ooh.
I want to ask you, how did you keep the fire going?
Sure. I can't believe, like how long it's been. I think it's just through the grace of God, honestly, because you can, in as much as you can learn certain things. I mean, I'm formally educated in music.
Yes.
But, certain things just, you need really the grace of God, honestly,
Amen.
to be able to keep going.
Yes.
Yeah, for that sustenance. Yeah.
And obviously it speaks to the passion that you have.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely.
And you've obviously met other people who are just as passionate as you are when it comes to music, which is why I need to ask you, because like I mentioned, all these really big names that are really just in the same league as you, for being honest. But I want to know, what did you learn from them?
Sure. I've learned so much, and I'm still learning. Still learning, still growing. And I think with each and every artist that you encounter and that you work with, there's always so much like that you can, sponge off of them, that you can just like take, learn, whether it's performance-based, it's, production-based, whatever. There's always so much. Sure, I've learned so many things.
Who would you say taught you like a lot? Someone that you like honestly even use that today?
One of my favorite people, Kayam Tetwa.
Oh, yeah.
Taught me a lot about the industry, a lot about work ethic. I pride myself in my work ethic, and that's just because of, the lessons that he's really like taught me. Some intentionally, some just based off of observation, how he does things, how, I've learned so much from that guy.
And one of the reasons that I call you one of the greats, just like the people that you've worked with, is because you do so many different things, babe. You're a singer, songwriter, arranger. There is nothing that you cannot do when it comes to music. And I have to ask you, I'm going to put you on the spot here. Which one do you love doing the most? Which one sets your heart on fire the most?
Just music, really.
Really?
Honestly, just music. Whether it's creating, whether it's, performance, whether it's arranging, writing. For me, just, fulfilling your purpose, basically, like living out your purpose and just operating in your gift. For me, that, just satisfies me.
Well, baby, you are operating in your gift, because coming to have a debut album and also having a song out today.
Yes.
Speak to us about Inhlizio. We want to hear about it.
Oh God. So, this song, it's a love song, but, not the most perfect love song. It's a song that is really dear and close to my heart. That speaks about, about Baba Nama type. I don't know if you have a type.
I might have a type.
Yeah, so it's a love story of, someone who has a type, but now you meet this person who's not your type necessarily. But inhliziyo yakho ngoba kuthiwa ngesiZulu inhliziyo ayiphakela. So your heart falls for this person, but this person kind of lets you down. By pulling inhliziyo. So it's like inhliziyo, hey, also you must just watch yourself. You must just.
Can you please guard? You know they say guard your heart. The heart must guard itself as well.
You know what I mean? It must just. Even watch.
I love that.
Yeah.
And my babe, you're working towards this debut album.
Yeah.
Huge milestone in your life. Incredible. Talk to us about it. It's Musiso Sam.
Okay, so this has been a long time coming, and I'm super excited for it, because I finally get to share Ndu Shezi. Like, this album really is just a combination of me in all aspects, and I love the fact that I've managed to put together the three most important things gumina, which is faith, hope, and love. And so it's really, really like a representation and a combination of those things and how I express those things.
I
So
love
really
that.
look forward to it, yeah.
And can I ask you, to anyone out there who's possibly doing music just like you are, ne, and they possibly want to quit in this life, what would you say to them?
Oh God, please don't quit. Please do not. Do not give up on yourself. Do not give up on your gift. You have something special to offer the world. Everyone came into this earth with a gift. You know how a baby, when a baby is born, their hands are like this? That, lapo, there is your gift. Please do not ever give up on yourself, no matter how hard it is. Just keep fighting. Keep the hope up.
Come on, Andrew, you are absolutely incredible. And I cannot wait for you to give us Inhliziyo. It is going to be happening right here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show, my Expresso family. Yes, we're going into the weekend with the sounds of Ndushezi, but you got to stick around for it. For now, though, the gorgeous Carissa is standing by in Cape Teasy. Hi, my Carissa.
We are in the kitchen, baby, my favorite place to be. Now, I need you to close your eyes right now and just imagine this, right? Imagine dipping fresh bread into a pool of delicious melting butter. And today we don't have to imagine because we're making a butter candle. It's something new that you might want to add to your dinner menu. It not only looks stunning, but also melts into a delectable dipping butter. Now, Andreas is here to show us how to impress our guests at our next event with this culinary twist. And a twist it is. I've never in my life heard of something like this before.
And it is so simple.
Okay,
it
well,
is
take
so
us through the
simple,
steps.
and I really want to encourage everybody at home to try it, especially if you have a family function this weekend. It's weekend.
Okay.
You have to have a function.
And if it's only done in a couple of steps, why not?
Why
I'm gonna
not?
let you take the stage.
It is
Let's see.
beyond easy. I'm going to show you.
So I assume we're melting butter.
We are going to as much butter as you like, okay? We're going to be melting the butter, and then we want to, they call it fancy compound butter. It's actually just, you make it nice and tasty. So you add your own herbs, and you can do any herb you want, okay?
And fresh herbs or dried herbs?
Both.
Oh.
Fresh herbs are a bit more powerful for me, so I would suggest maybe start with fresh. We have some thyme here.
Oh, lovely.
You could also add garlic. Who does not want garlic?
butter?
Garlic butter, lemon zest, chili. If you're making some fish on the side, you can add dill and fish is a lovely combination. So I would add the herbs. This is salted butter, so you don't have to add more salt.
Yeah,
I love salt.
So you would?
Yes.
And pepper, would it need? I mean, does butter need pepper? Not really.
Not really, but again, this is your butter candle.
Okay.
You do you.
I love that you can customize it to do whatever you need to do.
It's so romantic, I have to
Well,
say.
let me continue stirring here
Yes.
while you continue there. And we, of course, are using Clover's Moy River butter. It is premium butter and isn't just for making butter candles. Of course, it is rich and creamy in texture. It also is really good for things like cooking and baking and even spreading on fresh bread. That's my favorite way to go. It's just a versatile butter and really can elevate any simple dish to just make it that much better and have a variety of dishes too, right?
Yeah. And I would really suggest using butter and not margarine because butter sets hard. And margarine doesn't. So we really want to use
Real
lovely,
butter.
amazing butter.
Beautiful.
Now you're going to have to do a little bit of work and go buy yourself a wick.
Okay. But that's the most work you'll have to do, actually.
And it has to be organic. Since you're going to put the stuff in your mouth, you know, just make sure it's organic. These days on Google, you can find literally anything you want. So it's not that hard. And then we also have what I assume is called a wick holder.
Yes. Not a wick dangler.
A wick dangler, wick holder. And you have a paper cup because you want to be able to cut the cup open. So don't use like a glass. You can if you want to. But
And it doesn't stay in the holder. We actually want to see the candle in its full element.
Yes, we do. So if you want to, I can help you. We're going to pour the butter in.
Can I switch this off?
Yeah, you can switch it off.
There you go.
Oh, butter, melted butter.
It's so good. So we need, what is this, a cup?
Sure, until this thing is full.
We're not pouring in here, we're pouring directly.
You can do both.
Let me pour directly.
Pour, okay.
Because I don't trust myself with that.
Okay, just don't burn me.
Yes, I might burn you. Oh my God, I just got really anxious.
No, I've been burnt many
I'm gonna
of
try
the
to do it
times.
this way.
You got it. I'll move this away a little bit. There we go.
Ooh, it's going,
Oh,
it's going.
yes.
How long, how much?
I think that's
Okay.
a little bit more,
Little bit
maybe? Yeah. There we go. Whoa.
That was a close call.
So it's super fun, isn't it?
That is very cute.
Yeah,
You can do this,
Get
yes.
your husband involved, get your kids involved. Just be sure you're safe. But I think that is so fun, and we're going to put this in the fridge.
Okay.
Okay, just to set it out faster.
And could you eat it on the same day, do you think?
Absolutely.
Okay.
And I would, you can leave it outside, but then you have to be very patient.
Yeah.
In Cape Town's weather, you can definitely leave it outside.
Yes, leave it outside your house in seconds. It will just
it will be fine.
completely hard.
And then this is basically how it's going to look.
Oh, lovely.
Afterwards.
And then we cut this open.
We're
That
going
wick
to
is
cut
long.
it.
We can also cut the wick.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Otherwise,
Gonna have to wait again a long time for this
you
butter to
can't
melt.
all be looking at this candle. You can sing a song. This can be a new birthday candle.
I would love this to be my birthday cake, if I'm being honest.
I'm all for that.
I do love bread. We were bonding over our love for bread a little bit earlier. But I do love that you can customize this to do whatever you want. Rosemary, thyme, garlic, like you mentioned as well. Butter can just create unique flavors because it comes together so wonderfully. And the aromas, I mean, if you could smell what we're smelling, it is incredible.
You will be everybody's favorite.
Lovely.
Now you can be very creative.
Okay.
You can just put it in a little bowl and have your bread cut into strips and just dip it in. We're going to light the candle because that's going to melt it.
Right.
But if you want to be cute, you can also...
Let's be cute.
Let's be cute. Let's try. Make a hole in the bread and eat that hole.
Yes, we got to eat the hole.
'Cause
No
who
bread
doesn't?
goes to waste here.
Let's see if you can get that
Can you
out.
just pull
Did
it
you get
out?
it right? Let's see.
Yeah.
Oh,
This is lovely.
don't waste that.
No, I'm not. So I'm waiting for the butter. I'm going to dip it
And
in.
then I'm just going to cut it up a little bit here, and I'm going to lift it up.
Sure.
And okay, we're going to have to cut it a bit more, but there you have it. It actually feels
Oh,
like
it's perfect.
It feels like a candle. I'm not kidding. It's like amazing.
Oh my God, it looks like a candle too because it is a candle.
It's a candle.
It's a butter candle.
It's a butter candle.
Okay, let's cut the wick and then light it. Is that hazardous or is it safe enough?
No, that's safe enough.
Okay.
Okay, my hands are not full of butter.
Okay,
Let's see.
okay, you
I
got
got it. I got it. And then you've got
3, 2, 1.
not. Yeah!
We got there.
I love this so much. I'm really going to do it over the weekend.
I'm so easily impressed. Like, this just made my whole day. I can't believe it.
It's very romantic, don't you think?
I think so.
If you
Imagine
just sit
this
with a
across
bread.
table. You don't even need anyone else. You could just be by yourself. Like, I love me.
Put the lights off, pour yourself a glass of light your butter.
And just enjoy. Well, let me taste the butter we made. I can dip this in here.
Yeah, you can
because
dip it in there.
That's going to take a minute.
This is also going to test your patience because you're going to have to wait until it melts.
That's really good.
Yeah.
Well, you can get this recipe on expressoshow.com.
It is as easy as
Simple,
that.
easy. Romanticize your life, please. This is a wonderful thing to do.
Love that.
Yeah. Good job.
Woo!
Shall we eat this bread?
Yes, please.
I think so.
Just get a proper knife.
Indulge in Clover's Moy River Pure Salted Butter. Perfect for cooking, baking and spreading. Elevate every dish with Clover Moy River Butter.
Absolutely love that. Thank you, ladies. And of course, we are really reveling in the empowerment of our South African women, being Women's Month. So let's take it outdoors. We're going to take you through some of these essentials. If the ladies are wanting to step outdoors and have an adventure, we got you covered. Then, of course, this weekend is massive and we need to connect to the source. And we will be chatting to Charmaine Mabuza, the CEO of Ituba. Why? Because they're about to hit a massive milestone, and so are we. The lotto is set to hit 100 million rand this weekend. 100 million. I know they've gone just beyond that before, I think to 110. 100 million is up for grabs this weekend. Charmaine will bring us all of the latest details on why this is just so massive for Ituba and for us. We'll see you now.
Are you a handy hero at home looking for your next project? This is your chance to get started by entering to win 10,000 Rand in cash each week from Plascon South Africa. Buy any Plascon product and post a pic of yourself with your product on social media with hashtag PlasconSA. Make sure you follow Plascon SA on Facebook and Instagram. Competition closes midday Friday, 9th August, so enter now. T's and C's on expressoshow.com.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. Your timing is good. I have some massive news to relay. The Lotto jackpot has now rolled over to a staggering 100 million rand guaranteed. That's the jackpot this Saturday. Tomorrow, the 3rd of August, the biggest jackpot, of course, of 110 million was won in 2018 by 4 people, and we're getting pretty close. And Atuba is obviously very proud and excited, just like us, at this achievement. And participants around the country are obviously eagerly securing their tickets, hopefully right now, for this big draw. Well, the most excited of all of us, the CEO of Ituba, Charmaine Mabuza, now joins us to fill us in on this milestone moment. Charmaine, congratulations. I know you know better than most what these millions mean for those who receive them. So I know you feel the gravitas, but from your side, why are you so excited? Why is this such, aside from the size of the money, why is this such a big moment for Ituba?
Well, good morning, Graham, and good morning to all the viewers, and thank you for having me on your show this morning. Well, I must say we are so excited. As you said, it's our second largest jackpot ever for our Lotto product, which is a very popular game which is loved by South Africans. And this is a big milestone for us as South Africans, as Ituba. At this time, you know, we've just come through a very tense time as South Africans, and I think it's time to let go and embrace this moment and maybe just take on another phase in our lives as South Africans. And what a good way to celebrate by sharing a 100 million rand guaranteed jackpot to be won this Saturday. So we're here just to share this with South Africans.
Literally share with South Africans, because that's where the money will be going. Take us inside your world. What does it take to get to 100 million? Why is this such a big milestone? I know we want to see the big money, but I don't think people realize what it takes to get us to this point. So take us inside your world for a moment.
Well, it's quite a big exercise and an issue for us, because one, we have to invest a large sum of money, you know, as an organization to make this happen, and it's a big decision, and also it's combined by the fact that there's a number of rollovers which we then top up with this kind of investment to make this decision, and for us just to bring it out and air it to make sure that all South Africans know about it, that they participate on this Saturday. And I know that South Africans love it when we go over 100 million, and you see that by everybody making sure that they get a ticket, because it's such a milestone. Everybody knows that they cannot be in it unless they play it. So we're here just to invite everybody to say, come on, try your luck this Saturday. I'm sure you could be one of those, or you could be the one whose lives is going to be changed.
You get a front row seat to play this out, and I know you are quite particular about not releasing details of winners and protecting their ecosystem, which I would imagine changes quite dramatically. But maybe in an overarching sense, what kind of a difference do these millions, these payouts actually make? When we think of the people that are receiving them, the society that has benefited the most from this, what has been the impact of Ituba and the Lotto millions?
Well, there's various ways which I believe that the society changes. Firstly, let's take about the individual winners who actually have who win the lottery. In most cases, I know sometimes we have negative publicity about how a person spent their money, but there's a number of winners which actually are supporting their families, mothers that have supporting their children through tertiary education, or building homes,
Houses,
buying land, or changing lives, you know, in making a difference in their own societies. That's the one way that we spend a lot of time counseling, financial counseling and trauma counseling, so that money, a person who has won it truly invests it in a manner that is not regrettable, that can last them a lifetime. That's one way. The second way, that we as an organization, from every rand that is played, 30 cents goes to good causes, which we give give to the regulator. They manage those funds, and those funds are supposed to assist all the NGOs, in South Africa, or assist some of the NGOs. The third way that we also assist is us as an organization, as Ituba. We have our own social responsibility programs, which we are very known for. For instance, we've built houses for many South Africans, provided shelters, which is a very a life-changing moment, because many people cannot afford to build houses on their own, and they desperately need shelters. So we've rolled up our sleeves and participated in that program. We also got a very famous bursary program, which we assist young students, complete their tertiary education. We give mentorship programs. So there's a whole program that we make sure that the money is in good use. So South Africans' lottery is in safe hands.
It really is. And of course, the 100 million will be in someone else's hands. So I know it will be with some level of sorrow that you part with 100 million rand. But thank you for making that investment in this country. Thank you so much for all the lives that have been impacted in the most positive way. And I was going to ask you for the details, but Dori, that's my job today. And I love connecting people to your platform. So congratulations on achieving this milestone. All the best of luck, and enjoy the weekend. And of course, meeting those winners, or that winner, when that moment comes. But thank you so much for everything that you've invested in this. We really do appreciate you. Absolutely.
Thank you, Graham, and thank you to the listeners.
She is being quite philosophical about having to part ways with 100 million rand, but the bottom line is it's got to go. Someone is going to win that money, and it could be you. Get online, nationallottery.co.za. Walk in store, buy your tickets there. Use the mobile app, use your cell phone banking app, or you can go the old school star 120, star 75429. There it is on the screen right now. You will be able to use the USSD to get it the old school manner, and you will get your ticket. The most important thing, just get your ticket. 100 million rand up for grabs tomorrow. Go Panda, Pusher, Play.
2 minutes after 8 o'clock, let's check in with your final news for today. And we get started with some national news, where Eastern Cape Premier Oscar Mabuyane urged the private sector to partner with the provincial government to create jobs, develop local industries, and contribute to community development. Now, his plea came as the opened legislature in the rural town of Ntabankulu. The province continues to grapple with high unemployment and a weak economy. Mabuyane said the government would focus on 5 key pillars to drive economic growth. He said their vision was one where economic development was just not the privilege of a few, but definitely the right for all. The Gauteng Department of Human Settlements is looking into rehabilitating old, abandoned, invaded and dilapidated buildings in the province's inner cities. MEC Tasneem Mutara revealed this during her budget speech vote delivered at the Gauteng legislature. Mutara said the buildings would be used for rental or subsidized housing. Occupiers of hijacked buildings who qualify for subsidized or non-subsidized housing will be catered for, Mutara said. Mutara also mentioned that housing allocation would be prioritized and would be previous applicants from 1996 to 1999, people with disabilities, child-headed households, and military veterans. Moving on to international news, a court in Guinea has sentenced former military ruler Musa Dadis Camara to 20 years in prison for crimes against humanity. Now, the charges are related to the 2009 massacre, where over 156 people were killed when troops opened fire on a rally demanding a return to civilian rule. Camara, who took power in a 2008 coup after President Lansana Conté's death, fled the country after surviving an assassination attempt. He denied involvement in the massacre. His lawyer called the ruling politically motivated and announced plans to appeal. The biggest prisoner exchange between Russia and the West since the Cold War era took place early yesterday morning, with 24 people released in total. Now, the White House said 16 prisoners were freed and on their way back to Europe and the US. Among them is Wall Street Journal reporter Evan Gershkovich. In return, 8 Russian prisoners were released from prison in the US, Norway, Germany and Poland, as well as Slovenia, including individuals accused of intelligence activities. Now, the swap took place on the runway at Ankara Airport in Turkey. And we close off your news for today with this feel-good story where Ursula, the friendly octopus at the Shark Lab Aquarium in Mossel Bay, is winning hearts, unlike her namesake from the Disney's The Little Mermaid, a villainous sea witch. Rescued 3 years ago with 2 broken tentacles, Ursula has become a star attraction. Now, Jacqueline van Zyl from Shark Lab shares that Ursula loves interacting with visitors and can even play fetch. She enjoys playing with a ball and hoop, as well as dismantling and reassembling her little boat. Now, the toy men in the boat had to be removed because she was throwing them at people. However, she loves waving at visitors. Ursula's charming antics continue to delight and amaze her growing fan base. I definitely know where I'm headed next. Mossel Bay, you'll see me soon to have a visit with Ursula. Well, that wraps up your news for today. Let's have a look at your sports for the final time.
Thank you so much, my friend. Obviously, Olympics dominating this morning. So let's start in the water where Kate Douglas of the United States clinched the women's 200-meter breaststroke gold, defeating Tatiana Smith in the process. So Douglas finished with an incredible time, 2 minutes 19.24 seconds, showing some impressive turns and a lot of heart in that final stretch. Smith, of course, the defending champion, did lead early on, but had to settle for silver, with Tess Schouten of the Netherlands taking bronze. And Smith, who previously won the 200-meter breaststroke in Tokyo and the 100-meter breaststroke earlier this week, has now officially retired from swimming. But I have no doubt that Tatiana will stay very closely connected to the structures here in South Africa. Well, another season comes to an end as we return to the court now in Paris, and Andy Murray's illustrious career came to an end at Paris Olympics, as well as he and his partner Dan Evans lost in the men's doubles quarterfinals. The former world number 1 and 3-time Grand Slam champion was defeated by Americans Taylor Fritz and Tommy Paul. They took the encounter 6-2, 6-4 on court Suzanne Lenglen. Murray had announced the Olympics would be his final event, and he is following on. His retirement marks the end of another chapter in tennis's golden generation, joining 20-time Grand Slam winner Roger Federer, who retired back in 2022. Now, staying in Paris and on the courts, Novak Djokovic advanced to his 4th Olympic semi-final despite a knee injury scare and a second-set deficit. So the Serbian top seed, he defeated Stefanos Tsitsipas 6-3, 7-6 on the tiebreak after needing on-court treatment for his right knee. Djokovic, who fell behind love 4 and then 2-5 in the second set, went on to save 3 set points and then dominated the tiebreak. The 24-time Grand Slam winner, still seeking his first Olympic gold, surprisingly enough. He'll face Italy's Lorenzo Musetti in the semi-final. And then we stay at the Olympics now for gymnastics. And I think the writing was on the wall. Simone Biles has recaptured the Olympic all-round crown, defeating Brazil's Rebecca Andrade for her 6th Olympic gold and 2nd in Paris. Biles, who withdrew from multiple events in Tokyo due to the twisties, as it's known, also won team gold with the US earlier this week. Biles, who's still only 27, incredibly, is the first gymnast to reclaim the individual title since winning it at the 2016 Rio Games. Certainly back to her best. And that's a wrap of your sport for this morning. Let's get one last look at the roads.
Thank you so much, Gray. Let's have a final look at your roads. What is happening? Well, in Gauteng, Johannesburg, there's heavy traffic being experienced north of the N3 from Germiston towards Galulies. Plan your route accordingly and drive carefully. And moving from the City of Gold to the mother city, Somerset West in Cape Town, there is heavy congestion on the N2 outbound before Victoria. Now, delays are being experienced, so do adjust your travel time accordingly. That's where we wrap up your roads for today. Let's have a final look at your weather. The South African Weather Service has issued a single warning for today, a yellow level 1 alert for damaging winds in the northwestern parts of KwaZulu-Natal. Now, residents should prepare for potential localized damage to both formal and informal settlements. High-sided vehicles are particularly at risk on susceptible routes due to strong crosswinds, which could also pose challenges on elevated roads and bridges. Motorists and residents are advised to exercise caution and stay updated on weather conditions. The service emphasizes the importance of preparedness to minimize disruption and ensure safety during these high wind conditions. Now, on your Feel Good Breakfast show, you know that we always look at the sunrise view of the hour. And out in Sea Point, Sunita said this one has to be seen by you and everyone watching this morning. And Sunita, we thank you for that. Look at that beautiful view of the sun peeking through all of those buildings. It definitely reminds me that the weekend is here and we're going to have a great Friday indeed. Continue sharing your morning views with us, though, on 063-408-8863. For now, let's delve into the world of temperatures to see what you can expect for today.
Oh man, so when the weather gives you a little break like this, a little bit of sunshine, some fresh air, maybe some nice company, what do? You get outdoors.
You get outdoors.
Come on, but
please.
you need to look the part. And I suppose you need to feel the part as well. And of course, we're going to get you ready to embrace adventure with the coolest, I think, I don't want to call it goodies because that kind of undersells essentials for when you get out there, but they also look absolutely amazing.
And that's the thing, it ticks the boxes of style, but also functionality, and I'm here for that. But before you head out, or maybe when you come back, you want to reward yourself, right?
Yes.
And you want to have a little sweet treat.
Ooh.
How about a Melva pudding?
Okay, are you bringing us Melva pudding?
I'm going to be bringing you some Melva pudding and adventure into the kitchen with Melva pudding in particular. So lots awaits you on your Feel Good Breakfast show. Don't go too far.
There are stories of creators, and we're inspired by them all. We invite you to write your story with us. Your story matters. ABSA.
It's my Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast show. Thank you so much for spending your Friday morning with us as we get ready to conquer the great outdoors with confidence, of course. And in celebration of Women's Month, we're joined by an incredible panel, Cape Union Mart, Susan Cherry, as well as Asanda Dlokweni and Linky van der Merwe, who are here to gear us up for our next big adventure. And I love the outdoors, so I definitely know that from climbing mountains to exploring, anything to do with stepping outside, they'll take us through the ultimate gear for every single adventure. Maybe a little bit tough in winters sometimes, but as soon as you find that gap, like Graham mentioned earlier, we got to get outdoors, right, ladies?
Yes, right. Most definitely.
Whether you're a girl or a guy, but let's focus on the ladies. I mean, it is Women's Month this month, and I definitely want to get into two things in particular. I love functionality, but I also like comfort when it comes to styling myself when heading outdoors. So, Linky, perhaps you can talk a little bit more about how we tick those boxes.
Yeah, I think the important question for us as women to ask ourselves is, what is my end use with this product? You know, what am I going to use it for?
Right.
If your adventure is hiking, climbing, or horse riding, and you want to be protected against the elements, then a good shell jacket would be a best fit. If your adventure is camping and you're cold, then a down jacket is a good, appropriate fit. And I'm not saying that, you know, there's only for one adventure, one technology, there are multiple. But I think the comfort that women can take is knowing that whatever your adventure is, we've got you covered.
And I love that assurance. I mean, Asanda, would you agree? You're
Yes,
nodding
I'll
here.
definitely agree. I think within the footwear space, comfort is very important. And it's appropriate that you go into the store and try all the different styling that's available to you. I mean, at Cape Union Mart, we offer a wide range of footwear, in which also have a removable insole, which is made out of bloom. Let me just show you. So it's made out of bloom, which is like sustainable materials, including algae. So, I mean, if you go to the store and try the footwear on and see what fits you, then it's actually quite great. Then, I mean, your adventures is quite a good experience in that.
I love that. So we're also ticking the box of sustainability right now too.
Yes.
I'm here for it. And how about fit? So you said go in store, fit them on. How do we kind of find the perfect fit? Because you know, women, we got curves, we got lumps and bumps. There's a lot going on. So where do we begin?
I think you're so right. So we understand the uniqueness of women's bodies. I mean, we are women ourselves. And I think that is why every single style in our stores have been fitted on a fit model. And she guides us into decisions such as movement, fit, fabric, feel. We experience the product before the customer does. And then secondly, fit experience. We want you to have a great fit experience, which is why we incorporate garment construction principles such as articulated elbows or raglan sleeves, all to help you not restrict any movement while you're performing in our gear. And I have to call out fabric. We choose our fabric for the end results. So we've got, let's say, a performance legging that sucks you in, has good moisture management properties, and stays in place while you are performing. And I also have to call out our testing. So even though we've got all these amazing products and performances and technologies, we test our fabric to make sure it endures strength and abrasion, windproof, waterproof, whatever it is. Our products are to the highest quality standards.
Ladies, can I tell you one thing I really enjoy is that when you're outdoors, you don't even have to think about any of the stuff you mentioned. It's like, when I put these tights on, I know that you've taken care of the business and I can take care of performing to the best of my ability. I'm here for it. Susan, I want to move over to you. Let's talk about style. I mean, you came dressed to the T, loving the fit. Can you also get all of this while looking good?
Sure. I mean, what we are wearing is Rare Earth's spring collection, available exclusively to Cape Union Mart. And I think if we could get the models on, Gillian and Anele, you guys can both come. It's exactly that, what you were saying, right? I've got curves, and we are South African women, and all of us are unique and different. And I think, you know, what we've got here, we've got great stretch, we've got the attention to detail. Everything that we put into our store is tested by us as a women's team. And yeah, we really design intentionally for the end purpose. What Jill is wearing are convertible zip-off pants, so you start your journey when it's a bit colder, you can zip them off as it gets warmer, as the day progresses. She's got a 650 full power down jacket. So really ideal for these icy mornings, even though we look spring, we know it's actually winter
Very
outside.
cold outside.
So, you know, the answer is just come to our stores. We've put all the thought in, we've tested it, and we really feel confident, especially in our new leggings heading to our stores soon.
Oh my gosh, and it's so cute as well. I'm loving the design, loving the pattern. It's almost tie-dye. I'm so here for it with the matching shoes. I mean, come on. And I love that we don't have to sacrifice style, you know? We still want to look good even though we're in the bossies. Like, come on. Thank you, ladies, so much. To the models. All right, maybe Asanda, to close off, if you want to encourage any woman out there to step outside of their comfort zone and even into the outdoors, to go and explore a different part of life. I mean, especially in the mother city, there's so much to see. What would you say?
Look, I'll probably say, like, the outdoor is not just for men. We're not just sissies, like, walking around and, like, looking all pretty. But however, at Cape Union Mart, you can be a sissy and walk around looking all pretty and going hiking in the mountains. So I think it's very important, like we alluded earlier on, comfort. comfort is key.
Absolutely.
If you ensure that the clothing or the footwear that you choose is actually of the function that you want to be part of, an adventure that you want to be part of, you also don't sacrifice on style.
Exactly.
So just make sure you go to the stores, ask the people that know what the function of the shoe is, choose the right shoe, choose the right outfit that fits your body. Then the adventure is amazing.
The adventure begins, essentially.
The adventure actually begins.
Let's go. Well, thank you, ladies, so much for joining us. This was so informative and hopefully a bit encouraging for you to step on out there and start your next big adventure with Cape Union Mart, of course. You got to stay connected by Adventure this Women's Month at Cape Union Mart. And, of course, you can shop it all at capeunionmart.co.za. I mean, it's the end of the month. I think now is the time in August to go and get your fill.
Thank you so much, ladies, for that inspiration. I think it speaks to the point that life really is about maybe a collection of treasured moments shared with the people we love, whether that's indoors or outdoors or maybe even in the kitchen. And every one of those people deserves to shine bright. And those moments need to be a marker laid down. So we want you to get ready to step into Carissa's kitchen right now, where aromas of her Malva pudding turn ordinary minutes into unforgettable celebrations. And of course, beautiful kids' faces light up as they create some sweet memories, most importantly, together.
Join me today as I spend quality time baking with my friends' kids. And later, I try to convert them into a machine dishwashing aficionado using Sunlight's 5-in-1 dishwashing tablets. Now we're gonna get a little bit messy today. You guys ready for that?
Okay, I'm ready for that.
Yeah?
Okay,
We get excited. Are we ready for that? Okay, cool. So we're gonna make a Malva pudding. Have you guys had this before? By hands up? Nobody?
No.
I'm gonna send you to melt the butter. Yeah? Yeah? Okay.
Since you're gonna pick this, can I preheat the oven?
Of course, you're ahead of the game. Go for it.
And now put me to work.
Okay, cool. Let me put you to work. Start with the milk in here. Grab the vinegar.
Why vinegar?
Oh, I know. So basically the vinegar is going to activate the bicarb and allow it to rise a little bit. Yeah. Beautiful. So all the wet ingredients are in. I think we should give it a stir. Who's got the strongest arms? So you got to stir it harder, stir it harder.
I got you.
Yeah, there you go. You've been here before.
Yeah.
It's actually going surprisingly good today. They've definitely been in the kitchen before. We've made a bit of mess. That's the point. We want to have fun in the kitchen.
Easy.
Good job, good job. Okay, let's move on to our dry ingredients. We've got our caster sugar. Do you want to put that in? The last touches, a little bit of salt and bicarbonate soda. Oh, it's looking so good so far. Yeah. Okay, so the consistency is looking really good.
I can make a great baker.
Oh, girl, that's the spirit, that's the energy. Yeah. Good job, my children of today. I think we're ready for this to go straight into the oven. So let's pour it into our dish. So this right here goes into the oven for 50 to 40 minutes before we can enjoy. Well, our next mission is to make the Malva pudding sauce to go all on top. So while I'm on stove duty handling everything hot, kids, I think it's time to clean it up, okay? So pack up all the dishes to go in the dishwasher.
Oh, we don't need to wash. Okay, nice.
When you're raising kids, you're actually raising adults. So I think it's so important to teach them that responsibility of taking care of their environment. Yes, have fun, but also clean up after yourself as you go. Let's get into the sauce for the Malva pudding. We're gonna go in with some butter. It's just 3 ingredients. Butter first. I will put it on medium heat, about a 6 or a 7. Okay, kids, don't get too excited. You still have to wipe out everything that we've messed here. Good job.
Good job, but I hate it. Typically of my bread in a market plane.
I had to make a South African classic today because I knew that these tweens had never tasted it before. So I had to introduce them to something that I grew up eating, and that's Malva pudding with some custard.
I like spending time with my brother in Amachi. We played Uno, we did a lot of experience together, and I love that moment.
Our sauce looks just about done. Let's grab our malva out the oven and put it all together. Wow, golden brown and delicious. All we have to do is poke some holes into our dessert. And the final move, pouring our delicious sauce all over. Ah, beautiful. If you could just smell what I'm smelling right now. So we're gonna wait for the sauce to absorb into the malva so it's all moist and delicious, ready to eat for our kids. In fact, speaking about them, where are they? Brian, this one is for you.
I love it how it smelled so good and the texture how it was. But my favorite thing that we made it together.
Oh, stop.
I love the sweetness. I love the custard. I love everything that you made.
I think it's safe to say that I get the best auntie award, right?
Yeah.
We did make a mess, but listen, I've got a secret in the kitchen that's gonna help us with that. Shall we go?
Yes.
So I brought you this far, and now I've got to reveal my secret. And it's gonna make you very happy because cleanup has become easier now. And with the help with our Sunlight 5-in-1 automatic dishwashing tablets, we're gonna get out here quick. Make sure everything is steady and stable. So let's put in the cutlery now. Amahle, I think you can do this.
Okay.
So put the spoons face up. Perfect. And the best part is that it can go from our mouths straight into the dishwasher. No rinsing is required. My favorite part of being in the kitchen is making a mess. If I'm being honest, the cleanup, not on top of my list. But with the 5-in-1 dishwashing tablets from Sunlight, it's made the process so seamless and so easy. This is actually the secret that I've been keeping from you guys. This little tablet is gonna change our lives, okay? So we can have more fun together. It's got the hydro foam on top of it, can you see? Don't remove that, okay? We put it directly into the dishwasher and it just does the rest for us. Thanks to their Pure Clean technology, you can use the tablets in your eco cycle, reducing both water and energy consumption. My favorite part about today was definitely the fact that I didn't have to spend time away from the kids, making sure that the dishes are clean, thanks to these Sunlight 5-in-1 tablets. I mean, honestly, I could just focus on just having some quality time with my friends' children as if they're my own, and to be honest, they are my family. So to create those memories just made it that much better.
Wow, this dishes look so clean and shiny.
Don't they? Such a great job.
Wow, no grease found.
Yeah, and remember we use so much butter.
Exactly. The dishes was clean as gold. It was really like a diamond and it was spotless clean.
Looking at the dishes after we ate, it was very messy. Then Carissa showed us the magic tablets. And wow, looking at this dishes, it was so clean.
Days like these are so special, and Sunlight's 5-in-1 dishwashing tablets has made the process of cleaning enjoyable. Can you imagine? Also, I don't have to worry about any harmful germs. And for our young budding chefs over here, of any age really, it not only makes it quick, but also a lot of fun. That I can finally concur that Sunlight's 5-in-1 dishwashing tablets gives one unbeatable clean in just one wash.
And that's vital because you need to start understanding how to pack a dishwasher from a young age, okay? To avoid any marital problems, any discourse later on. Get it down early. No, I love that. There is something really cool about being able to just take yourself out of the cleaning up process and put yourself where the fun is with the people.
It takes away from the day. Also, don't I look so great in orange?
You do. You pop in orange, girl.
Trying to get compliments out of Graham today. Well, listen, what's exciting is that you can also stand a chance to win a Philips air fryer, also making the process quicker, to the value of over 4,000 Rand. Now, simply reply to the competition post on our Expresso social media pages and answer this question.
Tell us this. What's your favorite dessert to make for your family? We've given you a couple of ideas today, but we want to know what's special to you and what is special about that dessert. What's the hook, the connection? And don't forget to include that qualifying hashtag, entertaining with Sunlight, and then follow sunlight.za on Instagram and Facebook to stay stay plugged into all of those details. Competition closes this Sunday. That's the 4th of August at midnight. It's a great prize. There'll be lots of entrants. Make yours the best. But you can find the T's and C's at expressoshow.com. Good luck.
You sound thirsty. I'm going to make our coffees.
And the energy is dropping just a little bit.
Okay,
So I think maybe
I got you.
We need to pick things up, and we're going to do that. We're going to make it feel like the weekend. Why? Because I'm going to whip up some, well, I say I loosely. We are going to whip up some puri rolls with a beautiful mushroom sauce. Never done that before.
Never had
Can't
that
wait.
combination. I'm very excited about that. And in the entertainment field, we're definitely going to tick that box with somebody incredible, Mdu Shezi, and she's going to perform for us live. It is Women's Month after all. Let me stir that for you. Is that a bit dark? Is it good?
It's perfect, man.
Okay.
You know me too well. You know me too well. Yep, so the weekend officially starts on the other side of this. You can go and get your coffee now as well. Cheers.
Cheers, Gary.
Got a cold or flu? Effervescent Carenza Paracy has got your back, specially formulated to effectively relieve pain, fever, and nasal congestion. And to make you feel even better, 2 lucky viewers each stand a chance to win 4,000 Rand cash by answering the questions on the Carenza Paracy competition post on the Expresso social media pages using hashtag #OTCWinter in your answer. Competition closes 2nd August. T's and C's on expressoshow.com.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back, you beauties. Hopefully you've enjoyed this morning as much as we have. So we're going to say thank you. Thank you so much for choosing to spend your time with us. Now, I think we all have those little rituals that make our evenings extra special. We need them. And for many of us, enjoying an Omar Rusk bedtime dipping moment is undoubtedly one of them. It's become actually a thing in my house.
Yeah.
To the point that my daughters actually started drinking tea to have a rusk.
Oh, that's
in
so
it. And then,
sweet.
well, you want to try and crack 3 or 4 of these without a dipping moment. But it becomes a part of, and I remember hearing about rituals from a psychological perspective, what it means to a family to have those small rituals. Not necessarily the big things, a takeout night, a games night, just those moments in the day to be able to change and break the rhythm, the monotony, but also to connect and share the things that we talk about at the end of the day. I love it. My kids, by that stage, their brains are full and they've just got to let it out. The questions
Verbal
that
diarrhea.
come to me, I love it. I absolutely love those kind of moments. That for me, it's so special.
That is so special, Gray. I can't wait to have a family so that I can have that too.
Aw.
We put it out to you and asked you about your nighttime rituals. Of course, running that poll on our social media to find out why a bedtime snack with Omar Rusk is part of your nightly routine. And here are the poll options, and I absolutely love these, okay? The first one, which definitely could be me, is the snack life chose me. We also have it's called self-care, or even it's a moment I can share with somebody special, which of course, Gray, that ticked your box over there.
Undoubtedly. So let's see what y'all are saying. And Zakia weighed in. It soothes me for a good night's rest.
I get
Perfectly
that.
put. Well done.
Tandeka Nkosi says, it's all a moment I can share with someone special, and that's my mom. She likes sipping tea and eating the yum yum caramel Omar Russ. So I love that for your mom.
Good choice. And it works well with the tea flavor profile.
It balances out.
Mama Tuane Seto saying, when I was pregnant, I used to sleep with that box of Omar Russ next to me and eat them during the night as dry as that, just snacking. I love them. Caramel, it's my favorite. Yeah, I think caramel is coming up. It used to be buttermilk, but now that...
A little bit of sweetness added to it. I love that. Rashika Rousseau says, definitely soothes me for a good night's rest after a long, noisy, busy day too.
For sure.
What better way to end the night with your favorite delicacy and sleeping with a smile on your face. I love that Omar has entered into the field of delicacy right now.
Yeah.
South African classic, South African delicacy.
I love it. Juanita saying, it's called self-care.
Come on. Hello.
And the Omar speaks for itself, and she's got 3 boxes in her house at the same time. I've got 2 actually.
Yeah,
so I can't judge. Yeah, I can't judge. And of course, we often have about 5 floating around us on air at any particular
Always
time.
within arm's reach. I would say the snack life chose me. I mean, I am a cereal snacker, whether it's something sweet or something savory, and I absolutely love me some Omar.
Are you a double, triple dipper?
About five times over. Okay, so you got to go like this. You got to go.
You're playing with fire.
And you got to go slowly. 2, 3, 4. You got to let that one linger.
Wow.
And then 5, and then it's like the.
That rust's going to literally jump into your mouth. It's going to run into your mouth. I underdipped previously, and then I couldn't hear a word you were saying for that entire sentence. So I would go for 3. 1, 2, and then, yeah, that's the line. That's where you are right on. And you can't go too far because you don't want the moist side to be too heavy to drop out.
I love that for you. Enjoy that bite. So good. Now remember, you can stand the chance to win 2,000 Rand cash, also an amazing hamper. Simply tell us this, how you unwind from a busy day with Omar Russ as your bedtime snack. And don't forget to use that hashtag Omar Dipping Delicious, because it sure is. Now this competition does close today, so you don't have a lot of time, but this is your official warning. It's the 2nd of August, and that's when things do get wrapped up. T's and C's on expressoshow.com. So get to entering. We know you love your Omars. Show us just how much.
Snack life chose me.
Omar Rusks, the ultimate snack time treat. Dipping delicious, tasty, filling, satisfying.
So while I'm enjoying my Omar Rusks, I like to have amazing music in the background, and it's always the likes of Ndu Shezi. So everybody, we've been promising the whole morning, please welcome to the Expresso stage. It is Ndu Shezi with her new single, Nhliziyo.
Akusilo noswahla lensizwa nishukeve velendoda kodwa ithumbi inhliziyo akusilo noswahla lensizwa nishukeve velendoda kodwa ithumbi Shabangani
limaza. Oh, baphela inhliziyo yami, futhi bazodlala ngawe. Wena uboqaphela inhliziyo yami, labafana bazodlala ngawe. Wena uboqaphela inhliziyo yami. Oh my goodness! Woo! Oh, my word. I'm feeling hot. Everybody, come on, do Shazzy. Woo! Did you hear those vocals, darling? I feel like we are on some other level here on Expresso. All thanks to Shazzy. And it is always so beautiful to be able to celebrate women just like her, particularly in Women's Month. It is called Nhliziyo and it is out everywhere, my love. Right about now, though, we got a whole lot more to make your heart go badum badum just a little bit more here on Expresso. Gee, what's going down?
I was going to be all serious, but after that, my heart's going boodoo, boodoo, boodoo. Absolutely love it. We are going to boldly make our way into Women's Month with another beautiful performance from Ndu in just a moment. And then, yes, we are back in this kitchen. Andrietta's going to help us whip up the perfect weekend delights, maybe the perfect food for watching the Olympics. It's a buri roll with a creamy, delicious mushroom sauce. Yes, breakfast is served on the other side of this.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back, just in time for another episode of Handy Heroes.
Oh, yes, it is indeed. And today, the experts from Build It Boerland out in Paarl near Cape Town share their DIY hacks as well as valuable paint tips to help make your next DIY project just that much easier. Let's have a look.
Powered by Plascon, today's Handy Heroes come from Build It Boerland in Paarl.
We are a builder's merchant offering the widest range of building material
paint and hardware. We are the best hardware in town because we offer the best advice and service to our customers. I'm proud of that we've been here for nearly 20 years, offering our services to the customers.
I shop here at Build It for the cheap prices and the friendly customer service.
I love how different all our customers are and how we can interact with all of them. We offer the widest range of Plascon products at the best prices in the area.
Plascon is a very good product and it's also here in Build It, a fast-selling product, and the price is worth it for the customers.
We really like the Plascon brand because we get the best quality at the best price.
I have a favorite product, is the Trade Pro Brilliant Scene. It's an 8-year warranty paint. It's a good, durable paint, and it's washable also. And I have no complaints of that one. The DIY tip for the day, or when you start painting, you just feel if the walls is wet or maybe no peeling paints off, then you can start painting.
Handy Heroes, powered by Plascon. Together, we've got this.
I love that. Not all heroes wear capes, but that personalized touch is definitely something that needs to be highlighted. So I'm sure your next DIY project is just going to go so smoothly. And I'm hoping it's also going to go as smoothly in the kitchen because Gray and Andreas are going to be whipping up something delicious. Let's see.
When the cracks start to show, our strength and resilience is legendary. Mycotex, strong enough to endure anything.
I know it's always a bit of a letdown when you go from Irvin to me, okay, but yeah, it's all you got to deal with this morning, but we'll try and ramp it up with some bride treats today. And if you're a time-conscious foodie, don't worry, we've got you covered. Then why not try our delicious and very much fuss-free Vors rolls with mushroom sauce? I've never done it this way, and I love it. It promises to save you time in the kitchen or around the braai while keeping you happy in the flavor department, definitely. The best part, they are perfect for games day. And of course, we have got the Olympics happening. Andreas, are you an Olympics fan? Do you get swept up in the craziness?
Yes, and I also feel extremely useless while watching them sitting very comfortably on my couch.
Yes, exactly. So let's make us even more useless by eating while we are sitting watching them on the couch, okay?
They inspire me, but
to a point.
Not enough for me to get off the couch. But I saw that tomorrow in Cape Town, it is actually the sun is shining.
Oh, brilliant.
So even though we're going to be frying our vors in the pan today.
Which is perfectly fine.
Perfectly fine, but I want to suggest, let's put that fire on.
I love that. And Vors is great because, you know, I was thinking of my kid. I was just telling Andreas now, my little man is running in his first cross country now, and I'll be sent videos, and I'm like, oh man. So I'm just thinking about the weekend, what I'm going to do to treat him, and I love that. But there is something about Vors that is accessible and easy. And when you've got little ones, it's often the Vors will go on first, or sometimes I will do it a little bit on the braai just to get that flavor, and I'll finish it off inside so the kids have something to eat. Vors is like a superpower on the braai because it's so simple, yet you can elevate it.
It is so simple, and as you say, you can elevate it. I also have a baby girl, and she also loves boerewors. It's like, is it a thing? You know, it's a South African thing. It's born, it's in their soul.
Well, because they don't have a choice. I think as soon as they arrive, they get like the Vors.
Even when they're in my belly, they just get boerewors.
Yeah, it's the preconditioning. I love that.
Yeah, South African precondition. But as you say, you can make the boerie roll. Oh, our South Africans, we're so creative. We add so many lovely things. But what I love about this is, have you ever thought of a mushroom sauce on a boerie roll?
I think I have, but I've never followed through because it kind of feels like a mushroom sauce is an inside kitchen thing, not an outside braai kind of a thing.
You're going to have to give me your strength.
Have to be. Oh, thank goodness I could do that. Wow. There's always a moment on the show where I'm like, I wish Irvin really was here to be able to help me out.
We're just going to heat up this sauce as well.
And that's all you need to do.
That's all you do.
Because their flavor developers, their team have developed the flavors for us. And I think what I love about the Denny Creamy Mushroom, this particular, the black garlic pasta sauce, it is so versatile. It's not just for pastas. It's a beautifully well-rounded flavor profile.
And you can just think about it when you make steak. We always make a mushroom sauce, so it does make sense. It makes sense to put mushrooms on your meat.
I'm thinking a burger with this, with a slice of cheese on top for like a cheddar malt type vibe.
Absolutely.
And it really does. They've spent so much time finding this balance and cooking it to the point that we can just finish it off. And it's 3 minutes is all it requires from our side of the production line, which is amazing. So when I say fuss-free, I really do mean it. And from a parent's perspective, the fact that you've got no added preservatives, no MSG, all of the nasties, that does make a difference.
That does make a difference. I really, as a mother, also check out everything my little girl eats. Sometimes she eats stuff from the floor.
Yeah, I know. No, that's.
So you have to balance it
It's
out.
immune boosting. That's what I say. It's just toughening up
You
and
have
immune
to
boosting.
balance it out.
Andriette, and
Yes.
I'm going to ask your Afrikaans genes to come through here now. When
Okay.
frying boerewors, now when cooking boerewors,
Oh, now I have
obviously
to
you
make
want
sure I make my Afrikaans people proud.
Exactly. You want to protect the integrity of the meat, I suppose, but a
Yeah.
sausage is a sausage.
Yeah.
So we fry our pork bangers, so there's nothing wrong with frying
Yes.
a nice boerewors. Obviously, it's slightly different flavor profile, but how do you know your boerie is ready?
Oh, that is
Because
such
on the braai, it's
a...
normally tongs, click, sorted.
eat.
Yeah.
And it really depends, but I know my dad, Afrikaans man, you have to make sure that it's actually just done.
It can't be too far.
It can't
and it needs
be like dry, because then you have droewors.
Exactly. There's a reason why that name exists. Yeah.
Yeah, and another thing you can do if you don't have a lot of oil in your pan, you have a little bit less. I would suggest adding a little bit of water, closing it up, and steaming it. That's when you're doing it on the pan, because then you're steaming you don't have to keep it on as long. But
Okay.
I'm gonna have to give the braai over to my dad, who will be the braai
For sure.
master.
And I suppose ultimately it's about rendering the fats, because a boerie's got beautiful flavoured
lots of fat.
fats in
So you
there.
have to be careful when you are frying it, because the fat does start to go, splashes everywhere. Oh, you can see here the sauce is now starting to boil.
Oh,
and that is
looks
what you
lovely.
want.
I suppose this is one of those, we love like having the kids invested in the process, but with the oil and that sort of thing, maybe you want to kind of keep
Just
them
be
at
a bit
safe distance.
careful.
They can work on the compiling the meal. I love the fact that we have an opportunity to take, and I think maybe this is where we share a love of food, something that is so simple and you can elevate it.
You can elevate it. You can do anything with a boerewors. I mean, honestly, some people just like a good old tomato sauce on it, you know. But this, I love this. It's different. So when you invite people over, you don't have to do a lot. You just put it in a pot, get the people in there.
And then cheers,
and
yeah.
cheers and enjoy.
I quite like the idea of having a little kind of bespoke boerie station where people can go and they can have their relish. They can go tomato mustard if they want. They can go
It's like
fried
a
egg.
hamburger. Build your own hamburger, build your own boerie.
Exactly.
It's kind of fun.
Oh, that's a
And you can have-
mouthful, hey?
I see what you did
You
there.
see what I did there? That's the name of her amazing shop. Okay.
So this is still frying, but just also a little tip.
Yes.
When you have your boerie, look how lovely this looks. Just put some butter on it and just
pre-toast.
fry it, toast it. It really elevates
Completely, and also it allows it protects the integrity of the bread from the sauce and that sort of stuff. So I get that for a burger.
so it doesn't get all soggy.
Exactly.
Brilliant.
Oh man, these are going to be amazing. I'm going to
Yep.
keep them all for myself.
All for yourself.
Well, as we finish off our boerie, you can let the creative juices start to flow. Any of the sauces in the Denny's pasta sauce range would work in this recipe for a gourmet boerie roll or a steak roll or a burger. And added to this opportunity, of course, you guys have the chance to win yourself an 8-piece cast iron cookware set valued at nearly 4,000 Rand, plus weekly Denny hampers valued at 1,000 Rand each. That's a lot of deliciousness. And right now, it's time to congratulate our next lucky 1,000 Rand hamper winner. A very big congratulations to Celeste Brown. Well done. Oh, look at this. Entered with this gorgeous, very Moorish, tangy, sweet and sour beef stew. Very creative, beautiful, fluffy white rice to absorb all that juicy deliciousness. Well done. And if you want to win like she did, of course, you do have an opportunity. You have to simply reply by doing this. Simply create a 3-ingredient meal using any Denny product. Then submit the recipe, photo or your video, we love videos, on our Facebook or our Instagram platforms. And those entries can also be submitted via DM. If you're feeling a little shy, you can comment on the Denny post, or you can simply tag @DennyMushrooms. But please don't forget that all-important hashtag Denny Deliciousness in your post, so it will qualify. Entries close 11th of August, but you can find T's and C's at denny.co.za. Andrea, thank you so much for coming and playing along this morning.
What a pleasure.
Enjoy the Olympics, whether you're taking part or you're just watching with the boerie roll from the couch.
Completely fine, sitting on that couch.
Oh man, it's very good.
These things aren't ready yet.
Oh, they'll get
Ooh, I always ask, where does the time go when you're having fun? Well, my lovely, it is because you know we only ever serve you up some feel-good breakfast. And here today, we are wrapping things up with a bang. And Dushezi is jumping on into yet another song, and I know it's going to put you in a great mood for your Friday. Do not go anywhere. We're going to be back after this with the likes of Dushezi. Ooh, I can't wait. And just like that, my lovely, we come to the end of your Feel Good Breakfast show. However, you know we always send you off feeling extra good because we only ever bring the best in the building. Everybody, please welcome to the Expresso stage yet again. It is Dushezi with Ngibuyele Kuwe. Come on!
Now
Another feel-good production.
Indulge in Clover's Moy River Pure Salted Butter. Perfect for cooking, baking and spreading. Elevate every dish with Clover Moy River Butter.
Utang soze ngamtolo